He's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete.
Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
Used to be
On the road, Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Heenick. Heenick with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Louisville Bertho Bombers are headed to the state.
Corner, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
And welcome in to Watford City as we are here for our Hagen Equipment pregame show. My name is Titus Stenberg alongside Brock Helgeberg for tonight's doubleheader in Division A. Girls and boys basketball as the Watford City Wolves tangle with the Delax Burlington Lakers. And a great production crew along here with you today. Jackson Lee will be our producer, and Brogan Shannon will be our cameraman here for these two games. Watford City's girls coming in with a record of 3-0, undefeated. What a great week they had last week to get their season underway. Meanwhile, Delax Burlington is 1-2, and they are coming on looking to end a 2-game losing streak. Coming up 20 minutes after the conclusion of this girls' game, it'll be the boys' turn as the Watford City Wolves take on the Delax Burlington Lakers. 1-0 Watford City against 0-1 DLB. I want to welcome you into the Hagen Equipment pregame show. Hagen Equipment, the great sponsor there of GameDay Media. You can find them on Main Street in Watford City. They're your source for Case IH, Bobcat, and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. We are just a few moments away from the opening tip-off here between Delax Burlington and Watford City. Before we go down to, or before the tip-off, we're going to have a full Hagen Equipment pregame show here where we visit with both head coaches, Tracy Bond, head coach of DLB, and Tom Dwire, head coach of Watford City. At this time, we're going to step aside, and we'll be back. We're going to introduce Brock Helgeberg and get you ready for more of our Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this.
Have you ever wondered how your internet works?
It starts with fiber in the ground.
And local employees who connect that fiber to your home or business.
Our 9,000 miles of fiber keep you connected
to your neighbors and the world,
while keeping your data safe from intrusions, viruses, and malware.
At RTC Networks, we're proud to offer our community the fastest, most reliable fiber optic internet available. Our goal is to keep you connected seamlessly and securely.
Today's GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, McKenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM. When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Let you intro.
All right, welcome back to Game Day Media, presented by the Hagen Equipment pregame show. I'm going to send you down to Titus Stenberg with the Farmers Union coach's comment.
All right, thank you very much, Brock. I'm here with Watford City head coach Tom Dwire. Coach, such a good week for you to start the season 3-0. What impressed you most about the way your team played those first 3 games?
Just, the overall team chemistry, like the effort on defense, defensively we're just a cohesive unit. They're doing a good job talking, they're doing a good job rotating. Offensively, they're doing a good job sharing the ball. And we're just it's exciting to be a part of it. And we're kind of just talking about high level stuff, so it's really fun.
Turning the page to this week here, and you take on a Delax Burlington team that you saw last year early on in the season. What's your scouting report on the Lakers?
Well, Tracy Bond's a really good coach. She always has her team really well prepared. They do a number of good things. They have, last year they did graduate some seniors. They have some injuries, so unfortunately they're a little short-handed. But I know they're going to be a tough opponent, and we're going to have to be ready for, she's going to be, I know Tracy's going to have a good game plan for how she's going to attack us. We're just going to have to be ready for new things and adjust and go from there.
All right, sounds good. Any injury concerns or health concerns coming into tonight?
No, Paige Schuster, I guess, is still injured, but she should be back soon, maybe tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Well, best of luck, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, back upstairs to you guys.
All right, welcome back up top here. We're going to get back down to Titus here in a second after he grabs the DLB coach. All right, and back down to you, Titus.
All right, thank you very much, Brock. I'm here with Delax Burlington head coach Tracy Bond. And Coach, it's been a little bit of a struggle for you with injuries early on in the season. Can you just talk about kind of some of the adversity that you're dealing with right now?
Oh man, we had one of the worst nights in history in volleyball early this season. We lost 3 girls to season-ending injuries in one night, one game, within about an hour of each other, 3 of them. I had two ACL tears and a UCL tear. And then we've got one more out with a knee injury and then one with just a medical issue that we're dealing with. So it's been a lot, and I can't say enough about those girls, the ones that are injured. They're here, they're at practice every day. They got these girls' backs, and then just how strong this team is to try to come back and deal with all that. We're trying, and their spirits are willing and able. We're figuring out roles still.
Good. So this is the ultimate next person up, and it's the next 5 people up in this case. Tell me a little bit about your starting 5, what you like from them so far here this year.
No matter what and who it is, like you said, that next man up mentality is kind of what we bank on, and it's just energy. So no matter if you're coming in or coming on the court or coming off the court, that energy needs to stay the same. And I think they do a good job with that. Whether, you know, I've got my forward is 5'5", so she's got to play with tons of energy, and she does a really nice job with it.
All right, and what's your scouting report here on the Watford City Wolves taking on a non-region opponent here early on in the season?
Just looking at some of their film early on, I think our keys to the game will be if we can handle that press. They have a really nice 1-2-2 three-quarter court trap. If we get sucked into that speed of the game, we're going to struggle. He does a really nice job getting those girls prepared. So I think that'll kind of be it. If we can get through that trap, I think we'll be able to score. That'll just be it. It'll be speed of the game if we can handle that.
Okay, well, sounds good. Thanks for joining us here, Coach. Best of luck tonight and all season long.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it, our Watford City Farmers Union Oil coaches' comments. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more of your Hagen Equipment pregame show after this.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
This GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on GameDay Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. Titus Denberg alongside Brock Haugeberg for this non-region matchup, I should say, in Division A basketball. First up, it's the girls matchup between Delax Burlington and Watford City. At this time, we are going to take a look at our TNT Measurements Spotlight Players. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. The DLB Lakers headed to the locker room at the moment, so we're going to spotlight a Watford City player first, and that will be number 10, Bailey Matson. Bailey right there taking a jumper from the free throw line. Now she has started the year off in a little bit of a different role than some years. She is not scoring as much as she has in years past. She scored 4 points in the win over Lemon, and then got the season started there, leading her team to that win over Shiloh Christian. And she also had a 16-point game in the win over Killdeer. She was the leading scorer in that game over Killdeer, not the leading scorer in that Shiloh matchup, as Logan Hanna has been doing a lot of the scoring. But Bailey's been asked to do a lot of things, including guarding players who are taller than her. So I talked to Coach Dwire after the win over Lemon, and in that game, he was really impressed with the way that she played defense against Madison Dowen, who, if you'll remember back to that Saturday night game, she had an impressive first half as Madison led the Cowgirls with 16 points in the first half, 5 more in the third. But in the fourth quarter, Bailey held her down to just 1 point. So, Brock, when you look at a player like Bailey Matson, who's been playing for such a long time now as a senior, what does she bring to this Wolves team this year, do you think?
Just experience, and that matters. I know she's played in some big-time games along in her career, but, I mean, holding a player who looked like she was going off to just 1 point in the probably biggest quarter, that just goes to show a lot, and that's what you want in the leader of the team.
Absolutely. So that is your TNT Measurements Spotlight player for Watford City. And we'll be having the Spotlight player for DLB as soon as they get back out of the locker room. But until then, we want to remind you that we learned a few things from that border battle, and one of those was that YouTube cuts streams off of their archives at 12 hours. So if you were looking for the end of that Watford City versus Lemon matchup, it got cut off around halftime originally, but our tech guru David did a lot of work and got it figured out, and so you can watch that complete replay of the Watford City versus Lemon game if you want to relive it or have not seen it yet. You can watch that there on our Game Day Media page and see here's what we're talking about with that defensive effort that Bailey put together against Madison Dowen towards the closing minutes of that particular matchup. So Watford City has started the year off with 2 region wins. They went down to Bismarck and beat Shiloh Christian by 10 points. And then they had a 30-point win over Killdeer in which they blitzed the Cowboys. They scored the first 17 points of that game. And then they responded with a good win over the Lemon Cowgirls here at home, 55-47 in the very last game of our border battle that took place on Saturday. Brock, how much confidence does it give a team like this when you can start a season 3-0 against some good opponents?
Man, I feel like you got to be riding a little high. Tonight it's another non-regional game, so that's. I know as a player shouldn't be thinking about that. You're just out there having fun, get to play basketball, but a lot of confidence. I would say they're riding with confidence, and I think confidence is a good thing as long as you keep it in check.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Anything to be careful for? You say keep the confidence in check. Is there anything when you're riding a 3-game winning streak that you got to be careful of?
Oh gosh, I mean sometimes you might just, if shots aren't going your way, you might get a little down after. Say you get down to a bad. Say you get down to like a little 0-3 shooting spell, and as a team you just got to keep the hopes high, especially when you know you're 3-0, and you just got to keep shooting, and they'll eventually go. Play hard. That's what I was always told, is just you got to play hard. Good things will happen.
That's right. We're going to take a look at our player spotlight here on DLB's side of things. Once again, brought to you by TNT Measurements. That's going to be Aspen McLennan, a 5'4" sophomore guard. She's a sharpshooter, and Coach Tracy Bond was telling me that is going to be the one of the people that they look for. It's a new starting 5 basically. With they do have some returning starters, but it's not the rotation that they were hoping for with just the rash of injuries that they ran into. I didn't realize exactly the circumstances happening within an hour of each other in the same volleyball match, the way that Coach Bond described it. Just devastating. But Aspen McLennan will be relied upon to be one of these main players here for DLB just a sophomore, only 5'4", but you heard Coach talk about, the forward is 5'5". They will start a 5'8" center, and she is just a freshman. So a young, inexperienced team, but what better way to learn than just to get thrown in like this?
We talked about that earlier. Just throw them in, sink or swim.
That's right. Broadcasting, playing, it's all the same. We'll be tossing it down to our PA announcer, Grayson Long, in a moment, as he will have the announcement of the starting lineups. We'll also have the playing of the national anthem. When they do announce the starting lineups, those will be brought to you by Patriot Fuels, which is conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all of your fueling needs. So we will be having the starting lineups announced down on the floor at this time. We'll toss it downstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to Grayson Long.
welcome to the Rough Rider Center, sponsored by Northern State Fishing Tools and Watford City High School. Welcomes you to this contest between the DeLac Burlington Lakers and your Watford City Wolves. To honor America, please remove your headwear and stand as we play our national anthem. Again, welcome to Watford City High School. This game will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. Fans are asked to support their teams and refrain from booing at any time. Participants are asked to be positive role models at all times and to remember that you represent your school, your community by your actions. Please help us all to be #1 in sportsmanship. And now, the lineups for tonight's contest. Introducing the DeLac Burlington Lakers. A 5'3" junior, #2, Ava Werner. A 5'6" senior, #5, JC Hutton. A 5'4" sophomore, #11, Aspen McLennan. 5'5" junior, #14, Sierra Yale. A 5'8" freshman, #32, Callie Struckland. Head coach Tracy Bond and assistant coach Cody Getz. And now, for the starters, for your Watford City Wolves. She's a 5'5" sophomore, #1, Annabelle Bond. She's a 5'5", 10th grader, #3, Harley Jacobson. She's a 5'5" senior, #5, Logan Hanna. She's a 5'9" senior, #10, Bailey Matson. And she's a 5'10" senior, #40, Miley Roan. Head coach, Thomas Dwire. Assistant coaches, Pat Wegeneck, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. The officials for this contest are registered members of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Nathan Allen, Sean Eggy, and Aaron Pelton.
There you have it. Those are our starting lineups, brought to you by Patriot Fuels. The opening tip brought to you by Northern States Fishing and Tools, won by DLB, and they score 3 seconds in. And just like that, it is our TNT Measurement Spotlight player, Aspen McLennan. Boy, DLB couldn't ask for a better start than that. As the Wolves answer, Matson's shot just rolls off. Rebound by Callie Strokeland. So once again, the starting lineup for DLB: Ava Werner, JC Hutton, Aspen McLennan, Sierra Yale, and Callie Strokeland. Coached by Tracy Bond, assisted by Cody Getz, as we have a jump ball for Watford City. Starting lineup same as the first 3 games of the year: Annabelle Bond, Harley Jacobson, Logan Hanna, Bailey Matson, and Miley Roan. Brock, what's the earliest field goal you've ever seen in a game? That took 3 seconds.
I don't know if I've seen one that early. Unless they draw up the play. A play for the tip. But that was just luck.
That was fast. That was a great way to start. And McLennan got it. There was Annabelle Bond scoring the equalizer for the Wolves. And there is a steal. They handled in the backcourt, but not in the front court. Bond, the steal and the score. She's got a quick 4. And Watford City takes an early 4-2 lead. McLennan gets it across half court and then is fouled near the far sideline. It looks like Harley's doing some inventory on her elbow. As Bond picks up that foul, her first, and the first team foul against either team. Callie Strokeland with it down low, and it's stolen away by Bailey Matson. A third turnover early against DLB. Harley into the paint, nice pass to Miley, and she turns defense into offense. 6-2, Watford City.
The Wolves are starting off hot, being aggressive. Defense leading the offense. Gotta love it.
That's right. So they give up the early 2. Since then, it's a 6-0 run, as McLennan may have rushed that shot a little bit. It's too strong from the left short corner, and Watford City claims another rebound. Here is Hannah. Oh, she was a little bit too far behind the line, the 3-point line. Her heel was on the sideline. That's a Watford City turnover, their first of the game. Watford City has been turning over their opponents at a pretty high rate to start this year, and they've already forced 3 in this one as DLB breaks the press. And they get it to Aspen McLennan, 5'4" sophomore guard, wearing number 11, guarded by Matson. Matson knocks it away. It's loose. It's in the corner. I think it was last touched by DLB. Nope, it was last touched by Watford City. It'll stay with the Lakers. 15 seconds on the shot clock. DLB in their road red uniforms. Catch and shoot by McLennan, long 2 off the rim. Rebound knocked away and out of bounds. That one will belong to Watford City. Well, Brock, what do you think of the Wolves' half-court defense so far in these opening minutes?
So far, their man-to-man looks to be pretty good. It looks like they start out in that, oh gosh, it almost looks like a 2-2-1 trap, but their man looks pretty strong so far.
Here's Matson with a crossover jumper from the free throw line. Nothing but net. There's the senior, Bailey Matson. Steal by Annabelle Bond. A 2-on-2 fast break opportunity, and they're going to get the reach-in foul against McLennan. Officials for tonight's game, and probably doubleheader. Usually you see them doing both when it's a girls and boys varsity doubleheader like this. Sean Agee, Nate Allen, and Aaron Pelton. Here's a quick catch and shoot 3 by Matson off the inbounds pass. No good. Good follow by Roan, and she's able to save it by tipping it to Annabelle Bond. A little bit of a collision. We play through it as Jacobson has it knocked away, and then that foul is called, and Harley looks like she got shaken up again as J.C. Hutton is called for the foul. It was a physical series right there for Harley Jacobson. So the Wolves will have a fresh shot clock with 5:10 to go in quarter number 1. Inbounds pass to Hannah, and she's called for a travel. And the ball will go back to DeLax Burlington. Wow, we could talk about Logan Hanna's start to the year for a long time. What do you think of her game there against Lemon, along with the week that she put together?
Against Lemon, she was letting them fly. They stayed in that 2-3 zone, and she was just letting them fly from 3, and she was also attacking the paint. Her start of the year, I heard she had that 30-point game against Shiloh. I heard she also knocked down a lot of threes in that game. So couldn't ask for a better start to the year for Logan.
Yeah, a great start to a senior season, no doubt. Amelia Wisness into the game for Watford City. Amelia in there wearing number 12. She is another senior for this Wolves team. One of the more experienced teams in recent years for Watford City girls basketball as they get the rebound here following the DLB miss. Hannah, she can make them from out there. The defense has to respect it. She decides to dribble in and take a short range two that's off the mark. Rebounded by DLB. Pass deflected. Stolen by Wisness. 5th DLB turnover. Bond into the front court. She's going to attack all the way to the hoop. Right hand layup. Good. 6 early points for Annabelle Bond. And the Wolves now on a 10-0 run. Ever since DLB scored the first basket of the game 3 seconds in. Here's a corner 3 from McLennan, in and out. Rebound goes behind Jacobson, picked up by Wisness. Ripped away, but a held ball called. It'll stay on this side of the floor. Rosalind Green, a 5'5" sophomore, checks in for DLB. Maylee Matson back in there for Watford City, along with Salil Shoemaker, a 5'8" sophomore. Another good player that Watford City can bring off the bench. Multi-sport athlete, an outstanding softball player. And she gives the Wolves some good minutes. And has so far in her first 2 games of the year. There's a catch by McLennan. Difficult catch. Unable to convert from a difficult angle down low, and Shoemaker makes an early impact with a quick rebound. Hannah. Cross-court pass to Matson. Senior to senior. Matson drives in. The scoop shot no good. Rebound hits the ground once. It's picked up by DLB and then knocked out of bounds by Matson, and it will stay with Watford City. Timeout usage always fascinates me, Brock, and I'm wondering when Coach Bond might go to her first time out of this game. Hasn't indicated yet, 3:34 to go in this first quarter, but her team hasn't scored in well over 4 minutes now.
As a coach, personally, I think it's the start of the game. If they still have trouble bringing the ball up the floor against that press, maybe call a timeout to just talk to your kids and say, hey, fake a pass to make a pass. Doesn't hurt to do that.
That is, we'll call it a block on that one, as the Wolves had a play drawn up there for the baseline out of bounds, but DLB with the good defensive play gets the stop, looking for the score on the other end, but Logan Hanna steps in the passing lane, gets the steal. 6th DLB turnover to start this one. Hanna across half court. Pass intended for Wisness, slapped away. Hannah runs it down herself. Back to Bond, knocked away off of her and out of bounds. It'll be the 3rd Wolves turnover. You're just joining us and missed our Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company coach's comments. The Lakers are playing shorthanded, and that's an understatement. 3 of their main players, as there's a travel in the backcourt, out due to injuries. And all of them coming in the volleyball season there. In fact, in 1 game, some of them. And then also a good young, talented player we saw last year in DeLax, Piper Feller. They're without her. Probably projected to be their leading scorer, Logan Eastos, one of the torn ACLs that she mentioned. So, as nice pass from Wisness down to Shoemaker. Out to Bond for 3. No. Rebound, saved by Shoemaker, but into the hands of DLB's Sierra Yale. And we'll have a whistle and a double dribble called against DLB. So turnover against both teams. Ball back to Watford City. Harley Jacobson back into the Wolves lineup. DLB won this matchup fairly handily last year in DeLax. It was before Christmas, similar time of year, and they came ready to play in that one. Watford City did not have one of their better games of the year that night. So the Wolves trying to flip the script here and pick up the win in a non-region matchup as Harley Jacobson lines up a 3, no good. Rebound tipped, but controlled by DeLax Burlington. Wolves trying to continue their undefeated start to the year, and a nice hustle play from Harley. That's her MO. So much fun to watch Harley Jacobson play basketball.
She hustles. She is a hustler.
10-2. Watford City still on a 10-0 run, although both offenses now have gone quiet for a little while. After DLB scored the first 2 points of the game 3 seconds into this matchup, scoring right off the opening tip. J.C. Hutton at the top of the key. Bounce pass to McLennan. Knocked around, it's loose, it's picked up by Harley, and then she is tied up. Once again, she hits the deck, and it will stay with Watford City after the 9th Delax Burlington turnover. Thanks for watching us here this evening on Game Day Media. Hope you're safe and warm wherever you are. It was a pretty warm day for December out here in western North Dakota, especially for this time of year. A little bit breezy, but that's all right. Here's a 3 from Matson. No. Rebound grabbed by J.C. Hutton. Once again, Harley Jacobson hitting the deck as the Lakers try to finish on the other end. They can't, but a foul is called, and Aspen McLennan, the sophomore, will go to the line to shoot 2. She scored those first 2 points of the game to open it up for DLB, and now she'll have 2 free throws with a chance to add to it as Logan Hanna is called for the foul, her first. First free throw short. That'll bring Annabelle Bond and Miley Roan into Watford City's lineup. And it'll be Callie Strokeland checking in for Delax Burlington. An important 90 seconds here to close out this first quarter. And we'll see which team can seize some momentum heading into the quarter break. A couple of missed free throws, but there is DLB. And once again, McLennan able to flip it up and in there. So she missed the free throws, but they score from the field to make it 10-4 and end a 10-0 run.
DLB just switched into a zone that possession and got a turnover.
Good catch, Brock. That's why you're here. Color commentator extraordinaire, up and coming.
I don't know how
Brock
much color
Haugenberg.
on that into the
No,
to the
you're doing great.
broadcast here.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. As I had no idea. You follow the ball, and I'm not that great at identifying defenses anyway. And then when you're play-by-play guy following the ball the whole time, sometimes it takes me 3 or 4 possessions, and by that time the defense has switched back.
Yes.
I'm slow and things happen, so that's why you're here.
Well, you got so much going on, though. That's part of the issue there.
A little bit. A little bit. It's different than just doing radio, which I did for, I lost track of how many years. It was getting close to 20, but so excited to be here on the YouTube side of things, and my first full season with Game Day Media, having an absolute blast. Here is Harley Jacobson shooting and scoring with the left hand off the glass. First field goal of the game for Harley. And I want to highlight Harley's fourth quarter there. It was a great effort against Lemon. She made a 2-pointer, and then the very next possession, I believe it was, came down and hit a 3-pointer that gave the Wolves a 5-0 run. And that really gave them some separation and allowed them to close out that win over Lemon to conclude the border battle. Callie Strokeland going to work, has it knocked away, and she's fouled. 3rd team foul of the quarter. Neither team is going to get into the bonus in this first quarter, as Strokeland will be sent to the line, but that is going to be a foul against Miley Roan. Strokeland, just a freshman, 5'8" freshman. And Brock, looking at the heights of these two teams, Watford City is going to be the shorter team in many matchups this year, but this particular one, they aren't. They match up well height-wise against the Lakers.
I know in the...
Oh, there's Harley all alone. And she scores.
In the coach's comments, the Tracy Bond, she mentioned that I think 5'5" is going to be their tallest player for the starters tonight. And yeah, not too often are the Wolves going to be out or high or taller, the taller team, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, tonight is, at least it seems, to be one of those nights. As the Lakers will have half a second to get a shot off. And it's going to be tough from this angle, and they will not get a shot off. The clock didn't start, but I think they're going to declare that the end of the quarter. So we have reached the end of one quarter of play with the score, Watford City 14, DLB 4 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back with a second quarter right after this on Game Day Media.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools. A pretty quick first quarter there. Only 3 fouls against the Wolves, 2 against DLB. No timeouts either direction. And it's Watford City basketball.
We often think of frontiers.
Brought to you by, the start of the second quarter brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. Located right here in Watford City. They've been serving the Williston Basin since 1978. Watford City taking their time on this first possession. Shot clock has worked its way down into the single digits as Jacobson gives it to Bond, who hits the mid-range jumper.
That is a good pass there by Harley Jacobson. That was a good pass at the end of the shot clock to get an open look.
Give Harley the assist, and Annabelle Bond her 4th field goal already to start this game. Stolen by Annabelle, so she's filling up the stat sheet already in this first half. Shoemaker with a nice pass. Roan missed it, and she's a little shocked the way that one went out, and that's a great fast break by DLB as McLennan scores again. She has all 6 so far for Delax Burlington. Hannah is fouled along the far sideline, but they're going to get Rosalind Green, the sophomore, for the reach. It's a quadruple header night here on Game Day Media. David Peterson is calling a game for us, and Randy Peterson as well, so you can switch back and forth between all of these streams right here on Game Day Media. So excited to be able to bring you as much of the action as we can as Logan Hanna steps back and drains a 3. First points of the game for Logan Hanna. And Brock, it's a great sign when your leading scorer doesn't score in a quarter and you still lead by 10 as Bond flips one in off the turnover.
I think that's the cool thing about this Wolves team is it doesn't matter who, it could be anybody's night, any night.
That's right.
There's not one player out of their starting 5 and even on their bench that can't come and contribute. And I think they all know that.
3-on-2 fast break after another steal as they're getting contributions both offensively and defensively here in this first half. Things pretty much going according to plan, I got to believe, if you're Coach Dwire and the Wolves. Annabelle misses the first free throw. I want to highlight the coaching staff here for Watford City. I don't think I did when we went through their starters there. They are coached by head coach Tom Dwyer. He is assisted by Pat Wagenknecht, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. As the second free throw rims out, DLB going the other way. Trying to cut into this 21-6 lead. We've got a believe an offensive foul. Was that what you saw there, Brock?
That did look like a little push off on the drive.
Second personal against J.C. Hutton. 14th turnover already for DLB. And a lot of those turnovers have hurt. Here's Harley for three, too strong. Nice rebound by Hannah. One dribble, puts it up, no. Another rebound, this one by Shoemaker, too strong. Rebounded by Harley, who's fouled. Wolves crashing the offensive glass. So that stops the clock with 5:28 to go in the second quarter. Already the fourth team foul of the quarter against DLB. Jacobson misses that one long. Looks back for some encouragement from her teammate and classmate, good friend Annabelle. See if she can line things up on the second one. Before that, we've got a timeout on the floor. It's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. 21-6, Watford City with the lead. You're watching Game Day Media.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to Watford City. Our first regular season match of the year, I'd call it, after we aired 16 games from Watford City here on our Watford City branch to start Border Battle. What an event that was, huh, Brock?
There was, awesome event for just in general. Basically a 3-day basketball tournament. Nothing can beat it.
That's right. 16 games in 3 days. So much fun. We were honored to be just a small part of it here with Game Day Media, and we certainly appreciate all the kind words, those that reached out and mentioned that they enjoyed our coverage. A lot of fun and a lot of basketball. 3 games on Thursday, 6 on Friday, 7 on Saturday, and we got them all in. We weren't sure that the weather was going to cooperate, and then we got them all on the air. And like I mentioned in the first quarter, the second half of that Wolves game was cut off, but it is up there on our YouTube page now. As Harley once again hustling, but it does go out of bounds and will belong to, I thought it was going to be DLB, but she must have never touched it.
I must not have.
So it'll be Watford City ball.
Sure looked like it, though.
Did from up here, but the refs are a little bit closer to the floor. There's Harley hitting the floor again hard. No foul this time, and DLB taking it the other way. There's a quick shot off the mark from Ava Werner into the corner. Left corner, 3 good for Sierra Yale. First three-pointer of the ball game for the DLB Lakers. Harley Jacobson up top to Annabelle Bond, into Matson, over to Shoemaker, who has it partially blocked. And DLB claims the defensive rebound, 22-9. Now, as we'll see if DLB can get it back into single digits before halftime. I think that's a pretty reasonable goal for them. And the main thing for them is to not turn it over, and they almost did right there. Annabelle had it knocked away from her, and it was a turnover, the 16th of the game. As we take a look at our RTC Network's instant replay, we want to thank RTC for being a great sponsor with us, bringing you the replays. We also want to thank NCC for being our scoreboard sponsor all season long. Hannah lobs it in to Matson, catch and shoot from the short corner, nothing but net. Wolves are shooting well. They are also passing well in this first half.
They're using the shot clock, too, when they switched up from man to zone. They've been using the shot clock, being patient with the ball.
Outscored DLB 10-5 so far in the second quarter, as DLB is called for the travel. I've got them now unofficially up to 17 turnovers. And Brock, it's never a good sign when you have that many more turnovers than field goal attempts. Got him at 4 for 11 from the field.
That is tough.
Goes Bond to Hannah for 3. Looked good, but it's a little bit long. Rebounded by Miley Roan. Second chance opportunity for Watford City. Hannah spins, gets in the paint, floater up off the mark. Rebound, Bailey Madsen. Out to Wisness. Can she run it down? She does save it. About a foot in front of the midcourt stripe. Watford City goes back to work on the half-court offense. Madsen driving underneath the hoop. Reverse layup. Good. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay as Bailey Madsen scores again for the Wolves. She's up to 6 points. Strokeland put her head down and kicked it out. A good idea there with the drive and kick, but the three-pointer is off. Here goes Madsen in. 2 more for Bailey. Bailey up to 8. And the Wolves, with another little run here, have extended the lead to 19. We were talking about DLB maybe getting it to single digits, but that's going to be a really tough accomplishment to get to now with a 19-point Watford City lead. And unfortunately for DLB, another turnover. So little Shoemaker in for Watford City. J.C. Hutton and Aspen McLennan, a couple of starters back into the lineup for DLB. Logan Hanna will walk it across the timeline, pass it on the left wing to Bailey Madsen, lobs it into some traffic. Roan makes a nice catch, misses the first shot, trying to stick with it, rips away another offensive rebound. Out to Hanna, who drives, she shoots, left it short, tipped by Miley, and Roan does get another offensive rebound. Back to Logan, short, rebound taken away by J.C. Hutton. Wolves had a few good looks to hit the 30-point mark, but couldn't do it on that possession. They'll try next time around as McLennan fakes. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the opening half. McLennan blocked by Madsen, but a foul. Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay, and Brock, you can put your refereeing whistle out. Is that a good call?
I would say that looked like a good call from up here. Granted, like you said earlier, we're a little far away from the court, and the ref's got a better view than us. But I would say from up here, definitely looked like a foul.
So that results in some free throws. That's the first one made by DLB. They had missed their first 4, so McLennan getting that one to drop. And then the second one also, and she gets the friendly bounce. 2 in a row for DLB, and they are up to 11 now. 28-11, the lead for the Wolves. Shoemaker, Hannah Madsen. Lose the dribble out of bounds after the defensive pressure put on her by Haley Getz, and that'll be the 6th turnover against Watford City. 1:43 left to go here in the second quarter. Brock, if you're Coach Bond of DLB, what do you want to see in these final minutes before halftime?
Gosh, as a coach personally, I would just like to see it's 28-11. I want to see my players fight.
Yep.
Just come. Put a little run together. Basketball is a game of runs. It's just whoever wins the game is normally the one who has more runs than the other team. So I'd say just try to get on a little run here.
McLennan left that one short, off-balance shot, and it's taken away by Madsen. Bailey's going to race into the front court. To Hannah, into Roan, out to Shoemaker. She'll drive, gets cut off, back out to Roan, left side to Madsen. 1 minute left to go in the half. Stick around, we'll have your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report coming up at the break. Roan out to Madsen for 3. That one rattles in. Another three-pointer for the Wolves. That one from Bailey Madsen.
What an excellent just offensive display of passing. I think everybody touched the ball maybe twice. That possession right there.
That was good basketball. Like you mentioned, Brock, the Wolves a little bit more patient, it seems like, in the second quarter, and they're getting some good shots as a result.
They have been getting great shots.
Pass goes through the legs of Warner and out of bounds. Wolves can now settle for the final shot as Tasia Molina checks in for Watford City. Tasia wears number 20. She is a 5'5" senior, another senior on this Wolves roster. Brock, what do you like from a strategy point of view here with the shot clock turned off? Do you like to hold for the final shot of a half, or do do you not let that play a factor and just want the first good shot you get?
I mean, I think it depends on the game situation. I'm a situational type of person, so in this case, I would say, like, if I'm the coach of the Wolves right now, I would say something like, if you got an open look, say you got an open shot, I think you should take it. But if it was a closer game, I would say I kind of want to just have one more possession. So I'm holding it to the end.
Sounds good. So apparently there is somebody not in the book. You see this happen early on in seasons, it seems like, and you certainly can't fault DLB with the very difficult situation they've been handed with injuries. Apparently somebody wasn't in the book, and it doesn't hurt the Wolves it hurt the Lakers as Matson misses both free throws. It will be Watford City basketball after the tee. Brock, you did some coaching. Did you ever mess up a book?
No. Luckily,
Good
I did
job.
not. That's the only time. I know I talked to you prior to this broadcast here, but I've never taken stats before. So that's basically the most I've done for a stat book was write down
up the scorebook?
my players' names.
Hey, that's a start.
That is.
Before too long, you'll be in this chair, and you'll just be doing some stats along with it, too. That's one of my favorite aspects of broadcasting is keeping my own stats.
Well,
Talk
like
about
you said,
actors.
your book. You just started a new book this year.
Yes, this notebook is new. Now, this scorebook is my 29th scorebook.
That gives everybody a little example of how long you've been doing this.
Yes. Yep, just a slight idea there. 30 games per scorebook. And, I'm filling up my 29th right here. Nice pass to Roan, unable to convert. So that answered our question. Was the first good shot. They didn't take their time and try to let time expire. And now DLB will have it with 13.3 seconds remaining. 20-point lead for the Wolves. They led it by 10 after one quarter of play, so it's just been a methodical lead-building half up to this point for Watford City. They are in the driver's seat as Werner takes it around to the right side. Got to hurry down to 2 seconds. There's a steal for Miley, and that will end the half. Quite a defensive display that Watford City put on in the first half. They hold the Lakers to 11 points and score 31 of their own. At halftime, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we will have your Nodak Insurance Company and Eric Mogan halftime report recap this first half right after this on Game Day Media.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Welcome back to Watford City's Rough Riders Center, and welcome into your halftime show. It's brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with Eric Mogan, your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County. Our mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of our clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. First things first, we're going to take a look at the first half recap. DLB scored in the first 3 seconds. They led it 2-0 off the opening tap when Aspen McLennan made a quick shot, but that was the only lead they would hold. Watford City scored the next 10 points, and they led it after 1 quarter of play, 14-4. In the second quarter, Watford City outscores DLB 17-7. So pretty nearly identical scoring numbers there in the first 2 quarters. 14-4 in the first for Watford City, 17-7 in the second for Watford City. And they have built up that 20-point lead. And it's been a pretty dominant display here so far for the Wolves. Let's take a look at the team and individual stats. Here, Watford City, 14 of 31 from the field for 45%. They made 2 3-pointers. They struggled a little bit from the free throw line, going 1 of 6 for 17%. Only 7 turnovers, and I had them for 4 first half fouls. For Delax Burlington, 4 out of 14 from the field, just 14 field goal attempts, shooting at a 29% clip. They made 1 3-pointer, and they were 2 for 6 from the free throw line for 33%. Not a great percentage, but they did make 1 more than the Wolves with the same amount of attempts there. Big difference was turnovers in that first half. DLB committing 20, so Watford City plus 13 in the turnover category. That's going to win you most halves of basketball. Wolves also with a slight advantage in the foul category, as DLB was whistled for 6 first half fouls. Let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers here. First off for Watford City, Bailey Matson in double figures, leading the way with 11, including 1 3-pointer in the second quarter. 9 of her 11 points came in quarter number 2. Annabelle Bond got the Wolves off to a good start, and she finished the first half with 10 points. Harley Jacobson had 5. Logan Hanna made a 3 for her 3 points, and Miley Roan scored a basket in the first quarter for 2. And Watford City's total of 31. All 31 of Watford City's points coming from their starting 5. For DLB, Aspen McLennan led the way, scoring 8 out of the Lakers' 11 first half points. Sierra Yale made a 3 in the second quarter for 3. And that is DLB's total of 11. Callie Strokeman had a couple of chances from the free throw line, but came up empty there. Brock, you can tell just how much DLB misses all of those injured players. Have you ever experienced anything like that where you had either you or some teammates go out this early in a season?
Not because of injury.
Okay.
Obviously because of other things, but injury, no. But I could not imagine, like she said, it was going to be, or it happened during a volleyball game, 2 of their players. Talk about, like she said, a bad night. That is a bad night for sure.
Yeah, almost the worst night imaginable, especially from a basketball coach. It'd be one thing if it was the sport that they were playing and you're coaching and you're watching that. I mean, it's frustrating no matter what. That might even feel worse probably, but it can be a downside, I guess, of multi-sport athletes. We love multi-sport athletes. We like to highlight those that do it, but it is always a concern with injuries can happen at any time, and it is frustrating when it happens. And with girls, there's so many knee injuries. I just hate that, to hear a torn ACL, and it can be such a long injury as well to deal with. Once again, the score at the break, Watford City 31, DLB 11. Watford City has just emerged from their locker room as the Wolves fans welcome them back out onto the court. As there you see them coming out of their Watford City locker room here at the Rough Riders Center. And DLB will probably be emerging pretty shortly as we get ready for the second half of this. Once again, this is just game 1 of our doubleheader here tonight. Watford City versus DLB. The boys matchup will be coming up 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. We're going to step aside for a quick break here. When we come back, we'll have all of your third quarter play-by-play right here on Game Day Media.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology, respecting the past, while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
NCC Video is everything you love about cable TV in a portable package. Watch shows live or record them wherever you are, whether you're at home or on the go, even out of state. No more fighting over what's on TV, because everyone can watch what they want, when they want, on their own devices, all for the same price or less than you're paying today. We'll even get you set up at home and show you how to use it. NCC Video. Take your TV with you.
Welcome back to Watford City. Thanks for joining us for your Nodak Insurance Company halftime show. We want to thank Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe and their team for coming on board with sponsoring our halftime shows all season long. They did it through football season and now into basketball season. I want to thank all of our sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible. Once again, we want to highlight our other games going on Game Day Media tonight. 2 other girls games going on our other streams there at the Kurt Hadenfield Court in Ray. That's a matchup between the number 3 team in the state, the Tioga Lady Pirates, against the Ray Jays, a renewal of that long-standing rivalry there. And also going on live, may not have started quite yet, but should be tipping off pretty shortly. That one is a matchup in Powers Lake as Glenburn tangles with the Powers Lake Burke Central Ranchers. And both Powers Lake and Tioga are off to great starts this year in Division B girls basketball. Tioga is ranked in the top 5, and Powers Lake was receiving votes in the latest poll. The new polls will be released tomorrow. Make sure you're following us on social media, as we'll get those to you once they are released. It's going to be interesting, especially in girls basketball. There's been some crazy results here so far this year in both Division A and Division B. One happened last night. It was a Division B team beating Division A Benson County by 1 point over Carrington in a very low-scoring game. 2 top-ranked teams there in the different divisions. And such a great time of year. And like me and Noah talked about during our Border Battle broadcast, you know, it's so tough to kind of predict who's better than who at this stage of the year. You see upsets, and then you realize maybe later in the year, well, maybe that wasn't an upset, but it seemed like one at the time. And yeah, it's just so much fun. Those polls, a lot of the media guys that vote on that put a lot of time and effort into trying to rank it. No matter how much research you do, you can be wrong, and some weeks you end up just kind of throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks, and who knows, maybe you get the 5 right in a row at that time with your ranking. You just never know. That's the beauty of sports. So here goes DLB to work, down by 20, 31-11, as we get this third quarter underway. Long range 2, too strong from Ava Werner. And rebound to the Wolves. Wolves with their original starting 5 on the floor. Nice pass from Logan Hanna to Harley Jacobson for 2. The Wolves' outstanding passing is continuing here early on in this third quarter. It'll be fun to see the Wolves' assist stats once this one goes final. I don't think any one individual is necessarily going to have a lot of them, but as a team, they are assisting on nearly every made field goal.
Yes, as a team. What a block. Holy buckets.
Miley Roan showing her defensive prowess.
Yeah, as I was like, everybody's passing the rock, and you gotta love that.
And you heard Coach Bond saying she was a little bit concerned about the press, and that has been part of it. Watford City getting some easy baskets, but to me, what's a really good sign for Watford City is how efficient and good they have been in the half court Here they go in the full court once again. Another nice pass. Harley Jacobson gets it to go. Right on cue. There's another one.
There's another one.
Bailey Matson with the assist there. Harley is up to an early 9 points. And this one, she is on the doorstep of double figures. And more defense from the Wolves. Steal by Annabelle. Up ahead to Harley. Can she slow down enough? Oh, not a good angle on that time. But the Wolves get another offensive rebound, and it turns into a 3 for Annabelle Bond. Well, Brock, both you and me like that, where you could trade a 2 for a 3. You'll take that trade, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all the time. 3 points are greater than 2.
That's right. Even a sportscaster rancher knows that math. There's a shot put up, a little bit of a bump, and that will send the freshman Strokeland to the free throw line as we take a look at our RTC Network's instant replay. So Miley will pick up her second personal, first foul of the third quarter, as free throws up and good for Callie Strokeland. Wolves led at 31-11 at halftime, and they have now scored. Oh, I think we got a scoreboard miscalculation there. We'll see if they get that fixed. It should be 37. No, it should be 38, but it should be 13. Or did she miss the first free throw?
I'm pretty sure she made it.
I had it marked down as a make. Well, keep an eye on that. I've got it 38-13 in my unofficial book as Bond launches a 3. No. Rebound ripped away by Miley. She missed it. Now they got 2 points up there. I think it should be just 1. I believe it's 38-13.
Now they got it 14.
Yeah, me and Noah were talking about we hoped that they were watching us during the border battle. We don't have no idea if they were or not, but if you are watching us down there, we've got the score at 38-13. Until then, we'll just play with what's up there. It's DLB basketball. Turnaround jumper short from Strokeland. Nice save. Good effort play by McLennan, and it turns into a 3 for Sierra Yale. Her second, made 3 of the game for DLB.
That's a fun second chance bucket right there.
It's a good sign for DLB. Second 3 of the game for Sierra Yale. Nice pass from Matson to Wisness for 2. Another great pass caught there by our outstanding cameraman for the evening, Brogan Shannon. Great camera work there as he gets me an assist as Matson gets the assist to Wisness. Ball deflected out of bounds. That'll bring a sub in. Roslyn Green.
Assists everywhere tonight. We can just say that.
That's right. They got the scoreboard correct too. So it's now 40-16, and that is now matching my book as well as Sierra Yale. Gets it in the paint outside. Got our defender off the ground. Good move. And the shot fell off the rim. That's Jersey Marquardt in there for DLB. While we have a second, let's take a look at some of our live read sponsors. And also we want to remind you to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't done it. It's our 3rd year of existence, and we've got YouTube there. We're taking it by storm right now. We mentioned 4 games tonight here across our Game Day Media YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Sure appreciate it. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram now as well. I got it. Yeah, I did follow us. I'm not very good on Instagram, Brock, but I did follow Game Day Media. I do remember that now. I questioned myself for a second. Nice pass from Wisness to Matson. And those 2 reverse rolls. Senior to senior. Possession ago, it was Matson to Wisness that time. Wisness gets the assist and Matson gets the basket, and there Amelia gets the steal. Everything going well right now for the Wolves. There's a couple of subs getting ready to check into the next dead ball. Jacobson's pass off the mark and out of bounds. That's the first turnover of the second half, Brock, and only 8 for the game for Watford City.
You know, whoever normally wins the turnover battle in high school basketball, I've always been told has a better shot to win the game.
Yep, that is so true. And then look at a game like this where it is especially big. And what's this? Is this a 2-3 zone?
We came out to start the second half in a little extended 2-3 zone. And
what do you think of it so far?
So far, I don't know. I love it, but I don't know if the coach, I don't know if Tommy Dwire is just wanting to try out a different defense because I know when I was here on Saturday, I think they played man-to-man the entire game besides their full-court traps. So maybe just trying to throw it in, and so far I would say it's looking pretty good.
It's a long-range 2 from number 22. Rosalind Green, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds. So Tommy's been coaching a long time right now already. He is younger than me, but he's still been coaching a long time. And he loves man-to-man defense. But who knows, with this talented group, as Rosalind Green does get the bounce that time.
You could be keeping something in the back pocket just in case, say, your crunch time in do they do playing games or they're
They sure can.
Okay, yeah. So
it's, yeah, we'll talk about the postseason format certainly as we go along, but I wanted to talk about that. Thanks for bringing that up, actually, Brock, because even though these two teams are in different regions, that play-in game to the state tournament can be a matchup, or will definitely be a matchup between a Region 4 team versus a Region 3 team, as Hannah flips that one up and in for 2. And it's good. She's got 5, a 44-19 lead for the Wolves. So, yes, there is that crossover, and it's always against Region 3 where DLB plays in. So it's the second-place team from Region 4 that plays the third-place team from Region 3, and vice versa in those state play-in games. Here's a corner 3. That's good for Jersey Marquardt, the freshman. Third 3 of the game for DLB. They're showing some good outside shooting here, especially in this third quarter, as they try to shoot themselves back into this one. So little Shoemaker kicks it out to Tasia Molina. Hand off to Hannah, who shoots and scores off the glass. Nice move by Logan Hannah. She's up to 7, and she can score in a hurry. She's been quiet for much of the night, but right there, back-to-back baskets. She's got 4 in the quarter, 7 in the game. Subs coming in for both teams. Haley Getz into the lineup for DLB. Harley Jacobson, Bailey Matson check in for Watford City.
Yeah, I know the playoff rules are so much different than when I played. And that wasn't that long ago, so it's crazy to think about. Even just like from Class A to Class B, and now there's a Class C, which...
Well, it's AA, A, and B.
Okay, well,
yes.
But
yep, 3 classes, 3 divisions. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, things change. You get old enough, Brock, you'll see all kinds of things change. There's Matson sticking with it, driving. Shooting a little bit too strong that time as the Lakers collect the rebound and take it into the front court and then fumble it right to their bench. They've done a little better job in this third quarter limiting the turnovers, but there's still 4 more in this third quarter. Harley Jacobson brings it across the timeline, passes left wing to Bailey Matson up top. To Wisness, nice catch by Shoemaker. Extra pass over to Jacobson, missed it, follows her own miss, and draws a hard foul. Once again, Harley working hard as we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Way to follow the shot.
Yeah. Wolves have done a nice job rebounding tonight. They're winning in pretty much every statistical category there is this evening. Rowan a couple of blocks. We've mentioned throughout the night they're really good passing, piling up the assists. As that free throw falls short. One more coming with 53.4 seconds to go. A foul was called on Rosalind Green, and she grabs the DLB rebound. Once again, it looks like we're going to play another full quarter without either team going into the bonus. That's another rule change, that fouls reset after each quarter. Back from when you were playing.
Yes,
it's not an immediate rule change.
No, yes.
You were playing with it last year. You've coached with that rule.
I have coached with that rule, and I don't know. I don't like change too much. So
You're a
that
North
one threw me
Dakotan.
off.
You're a North Dakotan. We don't always handle change that well, but once we get used to it, then.
Unless it's temperature, of course.
Oh, yeah. That one we have to deal with. And that is one of the most assured changes that we get. We don't know which direction it's going to change in, but not too many days or nights in a row that we have the same temperature. 10.2 seconds to go. And we'll see. The Wolves likely will hold for the final shot in this scenario as Matson gets it into Harley Jacobson. We'll see if the Wolves can hit a buzzer beater, take a little more momentum with them into the start of the fourth quarter. Jacobson to Matson. Bailey will let it fly for two. A little bit short, and we have reached the end of 3 quarters of play with Watford City leading DLB 46-22. We'll be back to the Rough Riders Center after this quick timeout.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Welcome back to Watford City as we get ready for the quarter start, brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. While we have a second, let's thank some of our live read sponsors, including the Wolfpack Booster Club. The strength is in the pack. Check them out on Facebook. They do a great job supporting Watford City athletes and activities. We also want to thank the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, located on the western side of Watford City. Check them out. They're open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And also WCAG Church. One church, multiple locations. Check us out in Watford City. See the service times there on your screen. Also, we have locations in Fairview, Montana, Belfield, North Dakota, and Kenmare, North Dakota. Well, for the second quarter of this game, something happens in the first 3 seconds. In the first quarter, it was Aspen McLennan making a basket 3 seconds in. This time, it is Aspen McLennan, once again, same player, committing a foul 3 seconds in. So she doesn't wait around to start quarters. She's ready to go in one way or another. Here's Matson to Shoemaker, who's called for a travel. Just as the 9th turnover of the game for Watford City. So they're winning the turnover battle right now, 25-9.
Looks like we're going to stay in. The Wolves are going to stay in this 2-3 zone.
Yeah, you wonder if that'll continue for the entirety of this half. If there'll be some mixing and matching with different defensive styles as Shoemaker knocks it away. Heard Coach Dwire mention it in our pregame coach's comments. He said, we're able to do many different things, and it's so fun to do that early in practice, to start early in the season, where you're trying different things in practice and now trying different things in games. And that can only happen when you have an experienced crew that you're working with.
For sure. They have to know, especially like what the coach wants. Yep. I feel like that's a big thing. Knowing what your coach wants is so huge. And I know in practice can be so much different than an actual game. Coming from a coach, like you try something in practice, it looks good. You try it in a game, and it could be the exact opposite. But yeah, no, I could see it just throwing this out there just to maybe one day be able to use it in a scenario where it happens to work, you know?
So it was Jersey Marquardt getting 1 out of 2 from the free throw line there to make it 46-23. Tasia Molina lines up a three-pointer. Off to the right, rebounded by Harley Jacobson. Dribbles it out in the corner, fires a pass down low. Knocked away and out of bounds. It will stay with Watford City. 12 seconds on the shot clock. The Wolves now on the doorstep of improving to 4-0 to start this 25-26 campaign. The lineup on the floor for the Wolves right now: Amelia Wisness, Tasia Molina, Miley Roan, Logan Hanna, and Annabelle Bond. Bond into Hanna, catch and shoot three. It rattles in. A cornerstone bank three-pointer for Logan Hanna. Sierra Gale down low. Shot off the backboard from Jersey Hutton, no good. Offensive rebound for the Lakers. And Yale missed it. Rebound by Miley Roan. Miley has only scored 2 points tonight, but she has really made an impact in other ways as Hannah flips that one up. No good. Rebound out of bounds. It will belong to DLB. I want to invite you to stick around for our post-game show brought to you by Johnson and Sundin Law Office. As a part of that, we'll have our Player of the Game brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. And right now, there's a lot of candidates for the Wolves to be considered for Player of the Game. And stick around for our pregame show of game number 2 as these two schools will go at it in boys basketball immediately following the conclusion of this one. There's a good three from the corner from Aspen McLennan. Once again, 3-pointers this year brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. And Brock McLennan has a nice shot from outside, doesn't she?
She does. Looks very smooth. She was ready to shoot that as soon as she got that ball. She didn't have to think about it at all.
Bond attacks, drives, and draws a foul on the other end for Watford City as we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Pretty hard collision. Reminds us of some of the collisions we saw on Saturday night here, doesn't it?
Yes. Noah came up with that little phrase from that song. Bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, I think David was singing it on Thursday night, maybe Friday night.
So it carried over.
The nights run together, but yeah, we had some physical games there in that border battle. Once again, such a fun event that was put on by the Rough Rider staff here, and it's getting bigger and better every year. Can't wait to see what happens with all that next year as Bond gets the second free throw to fall. She's got 14, and she is the leading scorer for the Wolves. Her and Bailey Matson keep going back and forth here tonight with Logan Hanna and Harley Jacobson both close by behind another beautiful pass. This one from Bond to Hanna as the Wolves score again. 12 points for Logan Hanna. So right now it's Bond with 14, Matson 13, Hanna with 12. Green in for DLB. Salil Shoemaker in for Watford City, along with Brianna Bainey, a 5'4" junior, checking in for head coach Tom Dwire. Wolves doubling up DLB right now, 52-26. The Lakers won their first game of the season, getting a win over Beulah, but now coming into this one on a 2-game losing streak. As the three-pointer from Bainey off the mark, rebounded by Molina. Wisness into Roan, outside to Bainey, top of the key Wisness, left side Molina. Hager drives to the free throw area, then out to Wisness. Down low, Shoemaker, double teamed. She scores, it counts, and the foul.
There we go. As we look at this replay here, what a strong finish. Good little drop step move to get to where you need to go and put the shot up. Let's see if she can make it a 3-point play here. The old-fashioned way, right?
That's right. The sophomore, Salil Shoemaker, unable to get the bounce on the free throw after the foul was called against Rosalind Green. Third foul of the quarter against DLB. 54-26, Watford City. Straightaway three, the bank is open. It's Sierra Yale with her third three of the night. All threes brought to you by Cornerstone Bank, and it's a little bit late, but hey, the bank is still open. 54-29. Yale now nearing double figures. McLennan already in double figures with 11. Yale right behind her with 9. Bainey trying to answer. Misses on that three, rebound tipped. Yale wants to run. Good transition defense by the Wolves to slow down. Oh, look at that block. Oh, Miley Roan. A fast break going the other direction, and it's stolen back by DLB. Well, that got the students, that got everybody fired up.
That was a great block. Oh.
There she gets the rebound. It's a steal by Green, and then a foul. And if it is Miley, she is fouled out, but quite a sequence there for the Watford City senior, Miley Roan, and that highlight reel of a block.
And that foul, Miley Roan, her fifth.
Watford City will head to their bench, as does DLB, as it's a timeout taken by Delax Burlington. The NCC scoreboard shows Watford City 54, Delax Burlington 29, 3:46 left to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after this on Game Day Media.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
Welcome back to Watford City. While we have a second, we want to encourage you to download the ND Score Feed app if you haven't done so yet. Such a vital tool right now. Those guys do such a good job. There's multiple states in there too, so if you like high school sports, I think they cover South Dakota and Minnesota at least. It might even be more than that now. I've lost track. My main concern is North Dakota sports, and they do such a good job of keeping you up to date in many sports, but specifically this time of year, girls and boys basketball. So if you haven't yet, check out that Score Feed app. And while you're watching our game, you can keep track of the other games that are going on across the state with that Score Feed ticker app, or Score Feed ticker right below our NCC scoreboard. Some new players into the game as that shot is up and missed, but it will result in a trip to the free throw line. Watford City's lineup right now on the floor is Arlene Salas. She's a 5'2 junior. Clara Wisness. Clara wears number 22. She is a 5'8 sophomore, along with Brianna Bainey, Tasia Molina, and Salil Shoemaker. Second free throw is short. That was Bailey Kilborn at the line for DLB after the foul was called against Arlene. Here goes Molina. Knocked away. Clara Wisness picks it up on the right side to Brianna Bainey. Down low to Shoemaker, guarded by Callie Strokeland. Out to Clara Wisness. In the left corner to Arlene Salas. Shot clock down to 10. Up top to Molina. Now down to 5. Wolves are going to have to hurry. Clara Wisness takes a tumble out to Bainey at the buzzer of the shot clock. No, and it did not draw the iron. So it'll belong to DLB. So Wolves getting some younger players into the lineup. With 2:47, put your coaching hat back on here, Brock. What do you want to see from the players that a lot of times don't get into a varsity game that are getting some good minutes here in this one?
Well, personally as a coach, I would love to just see them have fun and smile. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. You're doing something wrong. So I want them to have fun, but it'd be nice to see them just run a set. That's what I would like to see them do, run a set, play, execute, even if the shot doesn't go in, as long as they're just having fun. That's what I would like to see, especially in a game where you're up by what they're up by right now.
Yeah, nice pass from Wisness, setting up Shoemaker, who missed it. Wolves still fighting out there, and it will stay. And, you know, certainly in a game like this, you're seeing the examples of what can happen throughout a season when you're looking at the opponent. And Delax Burlington, who bring in Ava Werner and Aspen McLennan. You never know when the situation might dictate that you're going to have to use your depth. And the Wolves displaying that depth right now with some really good players. And they might be called into action, even though maybe at the beginning of the year you're not playing a lot of minutes. By the middle of the year or the end of the year, you might be a main part of a rotation. Or if the coach observes you in practice and in the JV games and in what you do on the varsity enough, you give him no choice but to expand that rotation a little bit and work yourself in there. As there's another nice three from Aspen McLennan. She has had a really nice game tonight for Coach Tracy Bond as we catch the tail end of that three-pointer on the RTC Network's instant replay. Makes it 54-32. Watford City. Molina into Shoemaker. She scores. It counts. And the foul.
Let's take a look at this RTC action replay here with another chance for Shoemaker to have an old-fashioned three-point play here.
That's right. Foul called against Sierra Yale. And that will be her second personal. Fourth team foul. Salil back to the free throw line. Bulls led 46-32 after 3, and there is the completion of the three-point play. Watford City brings Alyssa Holen into the ball game, 5'7" junior, 25-point lead for Watford City. Great to see a full bench there for the Wolves and be able to bring in so many players into a game as McLennan misses that one. Quite a few years, Watford City didn't have a lot of numbers coming out for girls basketball, but that has certainly increased in recent years as McLennan makes another three. Her third of the quarter. She's got 17 points in the game. We're going to keep it right here. We want to thank our timeout sponsor, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. You can visit her in her bank or office at First International Bank and Trust in their location on Main Street in Watford City. And you can ask her any financial questions you have. Maybe you got some final things to plan out before the end of the year. We know that taxes and there's never a bad time to consider your financial situation, but this time of year it can be really important to set you up in good shape for next year. And Shiloh Chavez can answer a lot of those questions that you might have there. She does great work with LPL Financial. 72 seconds left to go. Following the conclusion of this game, I'm going to put my running shoes on and try and go and track down the victorious head coach and also our first International Bank and Trust player of the game. And then we'll quickly flip the page and get ready for the boys game. Make sure you stick around for the second half of our doubleheader as Watford City takes a timeout here with 59.5 seconds to go. And we'll be back right after this.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Titus Stenberg and Brock Haugeberg back with you here in the beautiful Rough Riders Center. Alongside our outstanding production crew tonight, Jackson Lee doing the producing, and Brogan Shannon is your cameraman here tonight as we've got another whistle, a jump ball, and that will be the 11th turnover of the night against Watford City. 52.1 seconds remaining as the Lakers will bring it into the front court, trying to get themselves some momentum heading into the last games before the Christmas break, as that shot goes up too strong from McLennan. Outside three-pointer rattles in, another three for Sierra Yale, and that's a good sign if you're Coach Bond and DLB. The three-pointers are really falling here in the second half. Bainey across half court to Arlene Salas. To the left corner to Alyssa Holen. Lob pass down low over the head of the intended receiver, Delilah Garcia, 5'7" junior. And that will be DLB basketball. And they will have a possession here to try to hit the 40-point mark. As McLennan drives, dumps it off. That shot blocked by Holen, and that will do it. This one is all over. Final score in this one, Watford City 57, DLB 38. We'll be back. We'll have your Johnson and Sundin postgame show coming up right after this.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351. This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Johnson and Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson and Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
All right, welcome back to our Game Day Media post-game show brought to you by Johnson and Sundin Law Office. We're going to take it down to Titus Stenberg for the first International Bank and Trust Player of the Game.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota. Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
Hey, Dad, will you check the cows?
Use this instead, Grandpa. The cows look fine, Dad.
In my day, we had to sleep in the barn to check the cows.
Combining tradition and technology. Respecting the past while embracing the future. RTC Networks.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through Game Day Media. Together, we make a winning team.
All right, welcome back to our Game Day Media here in Watford City, North Dakota at the Rough Rider Center. I'm just giving you with some end-game stats of that game between the Watford City Wolves and the DLB Lakers for the girls of the first game of this doubleheader here. The Wolves shot 25 for 51 at a 49% clip there. The final score of this game would be the Watford City Wolves taking the win, improving to 4-0 as they put up 57 and the Lakers scored 38. The Wolves had 7 turnovers compared to the 20 by the Lakers. And as far as the free throw percentage, the Watford City Wolves did not shoot the greatest. We shot a solid 25% from the free throw line, and the Lakers shot 43, so them beating us in that category. For the Wolves, we got a high score of Annabelle Bond with 14 points. We got Bailey Matson coming in second with 13. Very even scoring kind of for the Wolves here. We had Logan Hanna with a 12, Harley Jacobson with 9, Miley Roan with 2, Amelia Wisness with 2, and Salil Shoemaker with 5. And then we're going to go over to the Lakers here. We had top scorer of the game was Aspen McLennan with 17, and she knocked down a whole bunch of threes. Sierra Yale also piling up the three-pointers. I believe they both had 3 or more three-pointers tonight. Rosalind Green with 2, and Jessie Marcourt with 5, and Callie Stocklard with 2. All right, taking it down to our pregame show brought to you by Hagen Equipment. We're going down to Titus Stenberg with the Farmers Union coach's comments.
Lost some kids, but in the Lax, it feels like, they've built that program up to be consistently good or competitive every year. So that's what good programs do. Talent, it's just like, talent never graduates sometimes. It's just, so, very fond of their program, and they do a good job, so excited for the opportunity.
You played a very physical game against Sydney. How was the health of your team coming out of that one? Any injury concerns going into tonight's game?
We're healthy. I mean, we obviously, we get a couple guys back here in a game or two. So I think, we obviously want to get some of our guys a couple more breaks. We don't let guys playing the whole game, but based on the situation, sort of what we had to do. So if we can get Carter and Tristan a couple blows here and there would be great. We'll just sort of see how it goes and see how they feel.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Game 2 here, Coach. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, appreciate it, Titus.
All right, there you have it. We'll send it back upstairs to you guys as we get ready to visit with head coach Chris Brown of DLB.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
All right, welcome back to Game Day Media. We're tossing it down to Titus Stenberg with another coach's comments brought to you by Farmers Union.
All right, thank you very much, Brock. Head coach of the DLB Lakers here, Chris Brown. Coach, how would you describe the start of the season here for your guys so far this year?
We're a whole new look. Lost 5 starters from last year, but we talked about every single day that no matter what, we have Lakers written across our chests, and we've set a tradition on how we want to play basketball, and that's what we're holding ourselves to.
So tell us about your starting 5 here this year. You mentioned that they're brand new. I'm not familiar with a lot of what they bring to the table. What do you like about these starting 5 that you start the games with here?
And I think we'll see more as we go, but they play really well together. And I think as we, establish some things on offense and defensively, I think we'll trust each other even more. But they're a really fun group. They work hard, and they're not afraid to make the extra pass and play together.
Opponent today is Watford City as you make a road trip here to the western side of the state. What's your scouting report on this year's version of the Wolves?
New coach. I got one game in, over the weekend. They look like they have great energy. They defend hard. They're super athletic. I mean, we're going to be outsized at every position. So if we're going to have to really rebound the basketball tonight and play sound team defense.
This is my first chance to see a team from Region 3 this year. What is your outlook for Region 3 as a whole in Division A basketball this year in North Dakota?
I think it's kind of anyone's. It's a wide open region. Turtle Mountain returns a lot, so I think that they'd probably be considered maybe the favorites, and then Botno does as well. But I think every team coming to the end of the year, we're all going to hold our own, and it's going to be a heck of a tournament at the Dome.
All right, looking forward to it, but in order to get to that, we got to get through the regular season. So here you are tonight. Best of luck tonight, and good luck throughout the rest of your season.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Our coach's comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil. Back upstairs to you, Brock.
All righty. Welcome back upstairs with me. Today, we got the Watford City Wolves against DLB again, except this time it'll be the men's game here. We got the Watford City Wolves coming in with a 1-0 record, and I believe DLB also, I want to say, is also 1-0. So it should be an interesting game here as both these teams are playing their second games of the season, and like Titus just said, we are non-conference here, just like the girls' game. So this will be exciting, and it could be maybe a game later on in the season where these two teams will match up in a playing game. You never know what will happen. There's a lot of season left, obviously, and I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited for this one.
Hey, I'm back upstairs. Did you time my 40?
I should have.
Yeah, you
it was
should.
Pretty quick.
Oh boy, I might not want you to time me. I might be getting slower as the year goes on.
I don't know. I think if me and you were to race, you'd probably beat me.
I doubt that.
I don't know.
You're young.
Don't feel young anymore.
No, already?
Already.
Well, what do you think of being this broadcaster instead of a player so far?
Well,
You're working yourself into it.
Playing's more fun. I'm not saying I'm not having fun, but if I could go back, I know people say close the yearbook, but playing sports is so much fun. Even just like recreational sports. Now that I'm older, just a blast. But I really like this right now too.
Excellent. Well, we love having you here, and you did a great job there in our post-game show. I once again put you on the spot, and you delivered. You knocked down a three-pointer there with reading our final game stats from that girls' game. Here we go. We're going to be just a few moments away from tipping off here between the boys' teams. Watford City getting the win in the girls' matchup. If you missed that, you can go back and watch the replay right here on this YouTube channel, GameDay Media ND. Wolves defeating DLB in that one 57-38. And now these two teams will take each other on in the boys' matchup. Watford City coming in with a record of 1-0 after they defeated Sydney on Friday night, 51-47. Their opponent this evening, DeLax Burlington, who comes in with a record of 0-1. They lost to a very talented Division B team in Velva by a final score of 70-47. But like Coach Brown mentioned, an all-new starting five, and they will probably be ready to make some noise in Division A Region 3 very soon, as they would like to wipe away the memory of that 70-47 loss. And no better time to do it than immediately. And this is the next game on their schedule, so they will try to do just that here tonight. Both teams concluding some warm-ups, heading back into the locker room. And we are going to catch our breath here as well. And when we come back, we'll have more of our Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this on GameDay Media.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service. GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance is found in an app, and as farming technologies advance, our coverage protects. The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs, with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Stop by our office in Watford City and visit with Eric Mogan and Brady Monroe to see how we can help.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dad.
Can you hang out with Grandpa for a bit? I'm down in the barn.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll be up there in a bit.
RTC Networks capture cameras. Keep an eye on what you care about.
Welcome back to your Hagen Equipment pregame show. My name is Titus Stenberg. Happy to be joined tonight by Brock Haugeberg, along with our production crew, Jackson Lee and Brogan Shannon. At this time, let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Patriot Fuels. Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all your fueling needs. For Delax Burlington, they will start this way. At a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 10, Kyler Fisher. Another guard is 5'10", junior, number 12, Tyler Schaefer. 6-foot junior, number 15, Zane Berkeley. And the forwards will be 6-foot senior, Jaden Davis, along with another 6'3" senior, Easton Anderson. That's the start lineup for head coach Chris Brown. He is assisted by Taylor Teskey and Isaiah Steinwand. For the Watford City Wolves, same starters as Friday night. Tristan DeVries, Carter Breitbach, Xavier McGorman, Kyle Best, and Thaden Arnold. For head coach Justin Hager, who is assisted by Stephen Bruins, Dustin Solheim, Michael Williams, and John Holloway. Toss it down to our PA announcer, Grayson Long, for the pregame hike down there. And we'll be tipping off shortly from Watford City and the Rough Rider Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rough Rider Center, sponsored by Northern State Fishing Tools and Watford City High School. Welcomes you to this contest between the Delax Burlington Lakers and your Watford City Wolves. Again, welcome to Watford City High School. This game will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship. Fans are asked to support their teams and refrain from booing at any time. Participants are asked to be positive role models at all times and to remember that you represent your school and community by your actions. Help us all to be number one in sportsmanship. And now, the lineups for tonight's contest. Introducing the Deluxe Burlington Lakers. He's a 6-foot senior, number 0, Jaden Davis. He's a 6'3" senior, number 3, Easton Anderson. He's a 6-foot senior, number 10, Kyler Fisher. He's a junior, 5'10", number 12, Tyler Schaefer. And he's a 6-foot junior, number 15, Zane Berkeley. Head coach of the Lakers is Chris Brown, with assistant coaches Taylor Teskey and Isaiah Steinwan. And now we want to introduce you to the best cheer squad in all of North Dakota. So let's give it up for our cheer squad. Isabel Lopez, Jasmine Kalseth, Brielle Delgado, Emily Walker, Stephanie Mendoza, Madison Kalseth, and Tyler Cifuentes. There is your Watford City cheer squad. And now, for the starters for your Watford City Wolves. He's a 6'4" junior, number 0, Tristan DeVries. He's a 5'11" junior, number 1, Carter Breitbach. He's a 6'1" senior, number 2, Xavier McGorman. He's a 6'2" junior, number 3, Kyle the Best. And the man in the middle, he's a 6'3" senior, number 232, Thaden Big Red Arnold. The officials for this contest are registered members of the North Dakota High School Activities Association, Nathan Allen, Sean Eggy, and Aaron Pelton. Let's get ready to rumble.
Thank you very much, Grayson Long, as we get set for the opening tip-off, brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools. They're a locally owned fishing and rental tool company serving the Williston Basin since 1978. Watford City wins the opening tap as we're underway for Game 2 of our Division A girls and boys basketball doubleheader tonight from Watford City. Tristan DeVries attacks and immediately scores. 10 seconds into the ball game, Watford City strikes first. Good start for the Wolves, and they had a great first quarter on Friday night. They weren't able to continue the same offensive scoring pace in that win against Sydney, but it was good enough to get the win, as DLB answers were right back with Zane Berkeley, a junior, for Coach Brown and DLB. So a couple of layups to start the ball game. Here's both offenses get on the board. In the opening seconds, Breitbach in the corner to DeVries, kicks it out back to Breitbach. 3, just a little bit too strong. Rebound grabbed by Jaden Davis. Well, Brock, a good start to this one here in the first minute.
You know, both teams got their first shots to go in, and both missed their second.
They did. So far, as they're going mirror image of each other, as DeVries hands it off to Best, out to Arnold, fakes, starts his dribble, drives into the paint, spin move, left-hand shot, good, off the glass for Thaden Arnold.
That was a pretty finish from Thaden there.
Look at that, spin move in the lane on our RTC Networks instant replay. Loose ball in the backcourt, it's a steal. And here goes Tristan DeVries, mid-range jumper too strong. Defensive rebound by Kyler Fisher. 4-2 Watford City in this matchup. Second game of our girls and boys doubleheader. There's a drive and a block by Xavier McGorman. Great defense there on that possession. DeVries saves it, but it does go out of bounds along the sideline and it'll belong to DLB. 5:59 to go in quarter number one. Watford City 4, Delax Burlington 2. Thanks for joining us this evening on Game Day Media. Zane Berkeley pops it to the near side for Kyler Fisher. Double teamed. Pass comes to Jaden Davis over on the right side. Shot goes up and in. It counts. And the foul. Let's take a look at that on the RTC Network's instant replay.
You know, you're putting your big man in harm's way right there when you got a 3-on-1. That's kind of the pros and cons of running a full court press there for the Wolves.
So Thaden Arnold picks up an early foul, and Anderson completes the three-point play and gives DLB their first lead of the game at 5-4. Carter Reitbach into the left corner to McGorman. Down low to Arnold. Right back to McGorman. Ball got caught behind his head, and he got fouled. And that'll be the first foul of the game against DLB.
That foul with number 10,
Kyler Fisher called for that one. First personal, first team foul. Carter Breitbach fires it into Arnold. Right back to Breitbach. Open look from the corner. Off the rim. Rebound caught by Kyler Fisher. Watford City 2 for 4 to start from the field. DLB also 2 for 4 from the field with one free throw. That free throw is the difference in the score right now. 5-4 DLB. The drive and a left-hand shot off the glass. No good from Easton Anderson. Wolves want to run. Good defense from Fisher, who saves it from going out of bounds, but right back in the hands of McGorman. DeVries fakes, drives, kicks to Best for the corner three. No. Rebound by Easton Anderson. 3 minutes gone by in this fast-moving first quarter as DeVries almost got a steal. But it was Anderson who was able to corral it, and that's a 10-second call.
Good defense there. That was just man-to-man, you know. That's DLB's got to pick up the pace there and just realize to pick a hip and go.
It's probably a case there of not being an experienced team. We heard Coach Brown mention it in our coach's comments that this is a new starting five out there. He likes the way that they play together, but still going to see some of those inexperienced mistakes as McGorman has a nice move, unable to get the finish to go in, and Arnold gets the offensive rebound out to Breitbach. To Best. Kyle drives, then kicks it out to Carter Breitbach. Inside to Arnold, gathers, blocked by the help defender, and then a foul is drawn. That was a nice defensive play by Easton Smith for the Lakers, but they end up sending Thaden Arnold to the free throw line after the foul.
Thaden Arnold to the line.
First personal against Anderson. Second team foul on the Lakers. Thaden Arnold to the free throw line, and he makes free throw number 1. 3 points for the Wolves. Big man Thaden Arnold. Played pretty well in that opening win over Sydney back on Friday night at the border battle. Misses the second one here. Thaden was one of 3 players in double figures for the Wolves. Tristan DeVries led Watford City with 16. Zave McGorman had 10, and Thaden Arnold also had 10 in that season opening win. There's a nice shot from the left side by Easton Anderson. Scores with the right hand, making it 7-5 Lakers midway through quarter number 1. Best to Breitbach. Wants to drive, then backs it back out. What are you seeing defensively from DLB here to start as Breitbach attacks and scores right off the dribble?
Defensively, I know as soon as Thaden Arnold got that ball in the post, they sent a double team over instantly. And then it ended up being 3 DLB players on Thaden, and one of them got the block right there, but then one picked up a foul.
3-pointer off the mark for Easton Smith. Watford City wanting to run. Zave out to Breitbach. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there, but DeVries able to track it down before it gets to the midcourt stripe. Big collision. They play on. The layup is good for Tristan DeVries.
Tristan DeVries. 4-2
Taking a look at the RTC Network's instant replay there as DeVries gets it to go. 9-7 Watford City. Jaden Davis drives, gets it off to Easton Anderson. Mid-range jumper, rolls in for 2 more. Easton Anderson with an early 7 points for DLB. Brock, I like to keep track of runs. Neither team is going on a run right now. They're just matching each other shot for shot.
Yes.
And miss for miss. It seems like one team does one thing, the other team does the exact same.
Well, now we're going to find out if they'll go turnover for turnover here.
After that one, we are tied. 2 turnovers each, according to my unofficial book, as Cale Rodacher and Kyler Fisher come in for DLB. The Watford City lineup will be the same. Starting 5 out there. Harper Moberg will check in, it looks like, at the next dead ball. Here goes Fisher, flipping it up there, no good. Rebounded by Anderson, and he scores. Easton Anderson right now. What do you like about number 3's game, Easton Anderson?
He's just finding the opening in the Wolves' defense, and he's getting hit or past the ball right when he cuts to the hoop, and it's leading to some easy buckets for him.
Steele Schaefer missed. Here's the cousin connection from McGorman down low to Arnold. Thaden's second field goal off the assist from Zaven. Once again, we are all tied up, 11-11.
The cousin connection.
Yeah. Cale Rodacher out of bounds. It will stay. We want to mention our officials here for game number 2. Derek Remick, Sean Eggy, and Nate Allen. So 2 out of 3 are the same. 1 new one from the girls' game as Derek Remick puts on the stripes for this boys matchup. It will be DLB basketball. Harper Moberg into that Watford City lineup. Here is a catch and shoot 3. It looks good, and it is from Kyler Fisher. 3-pointer brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. And that is the largest lead of the game right now for either team. It's 3. It's been a 1-possession game this entire first quarter. Carter Breitbach, it takes a big spill on that one. Take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Foul called on DLB.
Yeah, it looks like he just got tripped up on there. But you gotta love point guards being aggressive, just trying to get downhill. That opens up a lot of opportunities for other players on the team.
Breitbach will inbound it over the head of DeVries. Moberg able to run it down and preserve the possession for Watford City. Breitbach drives baseline, in and out. Rebound tipped out, and Moberg will run it down. Extra possession for the Wolves as they try to get within 1 point with a 2 or tied up with a 3. They'll go right back from McGorman to Arnold. Those 2 connect again. 14-13 Lakers.
Little run and jump here by the Wolves.
Looking for their second 10-second call of the quarter. DLB able to get into the front court. Good look at a 3, but Daxton Shearer unable to convert that one. Here comes Breitbach the other way. Wolves looking to reclaim the lead. They've held it off and on throughout this first quarter as Moberg drives baseline, gets cut off, kicks it out to DeVries. Tristan, 1 dribble, mid-range jumper, rattles in and out. Rebound hits the ground and bounces up into the hands of Jaden Davis. DLB will slow things down. Correction, that's Cale Rodacher, number 5. Cale Rodacher, the sophomore, with the dribble guarded by Carter Breitbach. Ball tipped away into the backcourt, and that's going to be over and back. Was that the correct call there, Brock?
Gosh, let's see here. I mean, it looks like it might be the right call. I don't know if Carter Breitbach got a hand on the ball or not, but if he didn't, the Wolves would get the ball, which they did, so I'm sure that ref had a great view of that.
Yeah, way closer to the action than we are. Officials do a great job. Not an easy job, and they don't get the benefit of replay like we do. They have to call it, see it, and call it right away. There's McGorman for 3, no, rebound, tipped up, and that'll do it for an entertaining first quarter basketball, just about as even as possible. After 1, it's DLB 14, Watford City 13. Stick around, we'll have quarter number 2 right after this timeout on Game Day Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop.
All right, welcome back to Game Day Media. I am Brock Haugeberg, joined by Titus Stenberg, the main play-by-play guy here. He had to just wet his lips a little bit, get some water, because this will be our second game of the night, I guess. It was a doubleheader for the Wolves and DLB. The girls ended up taking the first game for the Wolves. They won, and now we got a so far back and forth battle here.
Yeah, about as back and forth as possible. Neither team with a multi-possession lead that entire first quarter. And it's not like it's a 4-2 quarter. It's 14-13. They combined for 27 points.
That's good. That's putting up shots too.
Yeah, really fun first quarter. Yeah, you mentioned game two. This barely feels like we're warming up compared to what we did over the weekend. We did 16 games in 3 days, bringing you the border battle. And now we settle into our regular season coverage. Excited to bring you somewhere around 30 Watford City games this year in the sport of basketball. Kind of a frenetic possession, but it turns out well for DLB as Daxton Shearer gets the floor to fall. Brock, he's just a freshman.
Man, that was a good take for a freshman.
Offensive foul called away from the ball. Did you see what happened there?
I think it might have been a moving screen.
Against Tristan DeVries, fourth turnover against the Wolves. Just their second foul of the half, but fouls do reset after the quarter, so they're up to 1 in quarter number 2. Jaden Davis into the right corner. Outside to Cale Rodacher. Lakers playing with a 3-point lead. They had one of these back in the first quarter, trying for our first multi-possession difference in the game, and he stepped out of bounds. A turnover over to Watford City.
Here we got our RTC action replay here, and it looks like just good defense, forcing baseline there by Harper Moberg, forcing the turnover.
Best and Arnold come back in for Watford City. Easton Anderson back on the floor for Delax Burlington. Best brings it up the floor. He dealt with foul trouble in that Sydney game, so he wasn't able to play as many minutes as he or his coach would have preferred him to. And a 5-second call there as DLB provided some pretty good defense from Jaden Davis.
Lakers ball.
5-second closely guarded call. Not a call you see a whole lot, but it does happen. Turnover gives it to the Lakers, playing with a basketball and a 3-point lead. Goes over to the right side for Daxton Shearer. Up top to Zane Berkeley. Back to Fisher for 3. No. Offensive rebound, and Moberg gets the block, and Arnold takes away the defensive rebound. Nice defensive series there for Watford City. Moberg in the right corner to Breitbach. Carter, the 5'11 junior. Backs up. Looks to set up a play here as he gets a screen from Arnold over to the left side. Down low, DeVries got his defender in the air, puts it up, it's good, it counts, and the foul.
There we go, look at our RTC action replay here. We got Tristan DeVries working in the low post.
And he can tie it up with a free throw here as Tyler Schaefer will replace Jaden Davis. This close game continues. Quick discussion at the scorer's table as the foul was called on Jaden Davis, so number 0, fouling number 0. And DeVries at the line, unable to convert the 3-point play. Rebound taken by Tyler Schaefer. 16-15 on your NCC scoreboard. I want to thank both NCC and RTC for all they've done to support Game Day Media, bringing you your instant replays for RTC and your scoreboard for NCC, as a foul is called after the miss on that one going against DLB.
That foul on Easton Anderson, his second.
You know, you got to credit Thaden Arnold right there for, as big as he is, he's still boxing out and putting in the dirty work to get that over the back call right there.
It's one thing to be big, it's another thing to be big and talented.
Yes.
As Moberg lines up a three, nothing but net.
For three.
The sport of basketball, size always helps, but it isn't everything. And Thaden continues to grow and improve and get a little bit better each and every year, each and every game. Of course, basketball isn't his main sport. He's going to go to Minot State to play football next fall. There's another big collision, and it looks like they'll get Thaden Arnold. No, correction, DeVries. Thaden was pleading his case, and he was right. The officials did agree with him, but they're going to say your teammate, Tristan DeVries, committed the foul on that one, and that is a shooting foul. Second against Tristan, second team foul of the second quarter against Watford City. Free throw up and good. For Lax Burlington's junior, Tyler Schaefer. 5 different Lakers have scored. 4 different Wolves have scored. And I like it to keep track of runs. I'm not able to keep track of anything when neither team is going on a run, Brock.
That makes it for fun basketball,
It sure does, absolutely. We got a few less numbers written down in my notebook. That's fine. We'll trade that for good basketball any day of the week. 18-18. Extremely evenly matched first half here in Watford City. Easton Anderson from the right elbow drives on Arnold, misses it, but they are going to get Thaden for a foul on that shot attempt. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay.
Yeah, looks like it got just a little bit of body there.
That will be Thaden's second personal, so we'll see what Coach Hager decides to do with 4:40 remaining in the first half. Free throw is good from Anderson. What do you think here, Brock? Is it a good time to take Thaden Arnold out? It looks like that will happen.
I see that he took Thaden out and put in Tristan DeVries, which he also, I believe, has 2 fouls.
He does,
doesn't he?
You're
so
right.
that's a bold strategy because they're both. I know Saturday or Friday night when they played, they didn't use their bench too much.
Nope.
So we'll see what they end up doing here.
Yeah, and at this point in the year, they don't have a lot of options to go to on their bench. Just 10 players dressing right now on the varsity team as the Wolves commit their 6th turnover. Lakers playing with a 2-point lead and the basketball. This goes right side to Fisher, down low. Shot goes up and in for Easton Anderson. And there is our first multi-possession lead of the game. It's a 4-point lead for the Lakers, 22-18. Best into the right corner to McGorman. Creates some space and then seeks out the contact and draws the foul. Look at this, RTC Network's instant replay.
Look at Xavier McGorman just initiating the contact, but not jumping or flailing, I guess you could say. A lot of people do that nowadays. They flail into players to try to get the foul call, and as you can tell, he doesn't do that. He just goes up strong, tries to finish the shot there.
Well, it's the defense come to him.
Yep.
And it worked out well there for Zabe, who gets his first point of the game. We mentioned that he scored in double figures in that season opening win over Sydney. 51-47. That was on Friday. If you didn't get a chance to be in person and watch that or watch it on Game Day Media, you can always go back and watch our archive games. Once again, that was Friday's action from the border battle. Zabe hits both free throws. We're right back to a 1-possession game as Kyle Best deflects that ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lakers. 28 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you see the Wolves so far. They've been in different defenses almost every possession so far.
Here goes Fisher up top to Zane Berkeley. Left side, Tyler Fisher. Mid-range jumper, no. Rebound, Tristan DeVries. Pass out of bounds. And it'll stay with Watford City. Kale Rodacher back into Coach Brown's lineup. How hard is that as an offensive player if defenses are constantly switching up their looks? How do you react to that?
Well, you see, to me, it just would slow down the game because it would make you actually pay attention. You couldn't just run whatever set you want. Coach might want something, but then you get on the floor and say the defense is in a 1-3-1, and you're like, well, technically we can't do what you want us to do.
We've got our first timeout of the game. This one is taken by Watford City, brought to you by LPL Financial with Shiloh Chavez. We'll be back for more of our second quarter right after this timeout on Game Day Media.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center, presented by Northern States Fishing Tools. Titus Enberg alongside Brock Haugeberg for this girls and boys doubleheader. Thanks for making us a part of your Tuesday evening, wherever you are. I remind you, you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Search for Game Day Media ND on YouTube. You can subscribe to us. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Any videos you like to see as there's a steal. Great start out of the timeout, and DeVries took an extra step. Turnover both ways. So that gives the basketball back to the Lakers as the Wolves unable to tie it up as the traveling is called. 1-2-2 creates a turnover.
See, so that last possession they go to a run and jump, Tristan gets a steal, and then they switch it up right away and 1-2-2 the next possession.
There you go. So a turnover both ways. As Brandon Spacer on the floor for Watford City, a 6'3" junior. Tyler Schaefer. So across half court to Daxton Shearer. Back to Kale Rodacher. Dribble handoff to Kyler Fisher. Stops on the nose of the Wolves logo. On the RRC playing floor. Corner to Schaefer, stole it away by Spacer. And right now, Brock, turnovers becoming an issue for both teams.
I think it could just be the defenses are starting to get settled in here.
Three-pointer off the mark for DeVries. Players diving for the loose ball, and Spacer able to get it to Best. And then a foul is called along the baseline against Tyler Schaefer. Second personal against Schaefer. So the fourth team foul of the quarter against the Lakers. Fouls now even at 4 apiece. So the next foul will put each team into the bonus. DeVries out to Breitbach. Drives, takes a little bit of a bump, misses, and the rebound caught by Easton Anderson. Kind of similar to Friday, where a high-scoring first quarter is given away to a lower-scoring second quarter for both the Wolves and their opponents this time. As the floater is up from Rodacher, no good. Rebound taken back by him. He's triple team. McGorman got a hand on it. They do call the held ball. So the Wolves get the turnover. Once again, Watford City playing some nice defense. Now they'll try to go against a 2-2-1 of DLB. And Breitbach throws it over the top to Arnold, in the middle to DeVries. Missed it. Rebound taken by Easton Anderson. DLB quickly the other way. Out to Rodacher. Bounce pass in the middle. And a traveling called against DLB. Once again, more turnovers in the second quarter. Both teams did a pretty nice job of taking care of the ball in the first quarter, but second quarter, turnovers are piling up. Carter Breitbach over on the left side to Harper Moberg. 90 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Breitbach catch and shoot three off the rim. Rebound finds its way to Arnold and he scores. And we're all tied up once again, 22-22. Right place, right time for Thaden. Was a favorable bounce, but you still got to be ready when those favorable bounces come your way, and Thaden did just that. On the other end, Easton Anderson able to score again. And what a first half for him. He has 15 of the Lakers' 24 points. 1 minute to go before halftime. McGorman into the paint, his pass broken up, and a held ball called again. And this time the possession arrow favors DLB.
I was going to make a comment about how one team they had those turnover spells, but I was just going to say if one team puts the ball in the hoop, the other team will. So
yes.
Look at what happened.
That's right. Such an evenly played first quarter. I believe the Wolves led by 2. I'm trying to remember if there was ever a 3-point lead for Watford City. No, the largest lead of the game has been a 4-point lead by DeLax Burlington. Extremely even first half here in this Division A, Region 4 versus Region 3 matchup. As the foul is called that time against Xavier McGorman. First personal. And that will send Fisher to the free throw line. A chance to extend this 2-point Lakers lead. First one is up and good. Brock, did you ever play against DeLax Burlington in basketball?
I never got the chance to, just because we were transitioning to Class A basketball, so we only had a Class A schedule. Besides, when we were Class B, it was teams in our region that we played against.
Yep, and DLB played in Region 6 back in the old 2-class system days. And now they play in Division A, Region 3. DeVries hands it off to McGorman. He drives, he misses, may have been partially blocked. Shot clock is turned off. Moberg a steal. That's a nice drive. It counts, and the foul for Carter Breitbach.
We'll take a look at this replay here with him getting the steal, passing it up to Carter Breitbach, and him attacking the rack.
That's some nice hang time there.
That was.
5th team foul against the Lakers. Second personal against Kyler Fisher. And now there's 3 players for DLB with 2 fouls. As the free throw is good for Carter Breitbach. Wolves within 1. We'll play some full court defense here as DLB tries to break it and then get a last second shot. They do. With Anderson, he missed it though, and that will do it for a very evenly played first half. We played one half. Here's score. DeLax Burlington 26.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealers. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Welcome back to Watford City. Some youngsters playing down on the court, entertaining this Tuesday evening crowd here at the Rough Riders Center in Watford City. Welcome into your halftime show. Our halftime show sponsor is Nodak Insurance with Eric Mogan. I want to thank Eric Mogan, Brady Monroe, and their entire team there for supporting Game Day Media here this year as the halftime show sponsor. Their mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of their clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. Recapping this first half, so close the entire way. Watford City had multiple two-point leads, but never extended it beyond that. DLB led after one quarter, 14-13. And then they started the second quarter on a run, if you can call it that, 8-5, an 8-5 run. May have been our biggest run of the first half, as that extended their lead to a whopping 4 points, the largest lead for either team in the half. Watford City ending the second quarter on a 7-4 run, in quotation marks. That made it a 1-point game at halftime. DLB 26, Watford City 20. 5. Team stats look like this. Watford City, 10 for 23 from the field for 43%. They made one three-point field goal. From the free throw line, they were 4 out of 6 for 67%. Watford City committing 9 first-half turnovers, and they were whistled for 6 first-half fouls. On the other side, for Delax Burlington, they were 9 for 21 from the field for 43%. They made one three-pointer, and they were a perfect 7 for 7 for 100% from the free throw line. Coach has to love to see that. They committed one more turnover than the Wolves at 10 compared to the Wolves' 9. And they were whistled for 2 more fouls, 8 fouls against DLB compared to just 6 against Watford City. So the stats indicate just how evenly played of a first half it was. The Wolves had 1 more field goal. The Lakers made 3 more free throws. And everything else just so tight. What an entertaining, close first half.
For sure. Super fun to watch, basketball-wise goes. I can't ask for a better game. I'm glad we're here.
And now let's take a look at the individual scoring numbers from the first half of this one. Thaden Arnold led Watford City in scoring with 9 first half points. Tristan DeVries had 6 points. Carter Breitbach 5, Harper Moberg 3, and Xavier McGorman with 2 for Watford City's total of 25. So pretty balanced scoring there for Delax Burlington. Easton Anderson led everybody in scoring with 15 first half points. Kyler Fisher had 5. Then a trio of Lakers had 2 points each. They were Tyler Schaefer, Zane Berkeley, and Daxton Shearer. And that adds up to DLB's total of 26. So there too, pretty evenly matched stats. Both teams have 5 players in the scoring column. Watford a little more balanced scoring with nobody more than 9 points. and 3 players with 5 or more. For DeLax Burlington, 2 players with 5 or more, and one of those was Easton Anderson with 15. Anybody that you would like to highlight from that first half for Watford City as you take a look at their stats there, Brock?
For Watford, I would say Thaden Arnold so far. I would say he has been the guy that I've been keeping an eye on. Doesn't matter where he's at. He's fun to watch. He, like I said earlier when he had that box out, even though he's there big and he is bigger than everybody else on the floor, he's still boxing out and playing hard and getting down to the nitty-gritty. So I would say Thaden Arnold caught my eye in the first half.
And then for DeLax Burlington, Easton Anderson with a really nice first half. 9 points in the first, 6 more in the second. He was a little bit frustrated as he had a decent look there to end the half that just rimmed out, and could have given him 17 points in the first half. Would have given his team a 3-point lead, but despite that miss, a really nice first half for Mr. Anderson. Where's number 3? He is a senior for DeLax Burlington. Brock, what have you seen from Mr. Anderson there, the 6'3" DeLax Burlington senior?
I know in the first half when I was talking about him, said that he's cutting, making the right cuts on offense, and his teammates are finding him. And I would say the same thing. He just seems to be in the right spot, and he's also, all of his shots so far have been pretty close to the basket. So that helps a lot too.
Certainly does. That helps your field goal percentage most of the time when you get it nice and close. He is one of the 3 Lakers with 2 fouls each. So Easton Anderson, Kyler Fisher, and Tyler Schaefer have 2 fouls each. Jaden Davis and Daxton Shearer with 1. For Watford City, 2 players with 2 fouls. They are Thaden Arnold and Tristan DeVries. Nobody did pick up a 3rd foul in that first half. You know, both coaches have to appreciate that. Well, it looks like the halftime show will be coming to a conclusion shortly as DeLax Burlington has emerged from their locker room. Watford City will do so shortly, as well as we step aside one last time on your Nordic Insurance Company halftime show. We're back with the start of the 3rd quarter right after this.
At Johnson and Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson and Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Welcome back to Watford City. You're watching Game Day Media. My name is Titus Henrik alongside Brock Haugeberg for this Division A boys basketball matchup. Exciting one here between the Lakers and the Wolves. What do you expect to see in the opening minute or two here this second half, Brock?
You know, I kind of expect both teams to come out just like they did to start the game, ready to play. I think maybe fatigue might have set in a little bit in that second quarter, and that's why we got a little lower scoring second quarter than we did in the first. But so I expect them to come out hot, and then probably the same thing to happen in the fourth, just slow down a little bit.
So in the season opener for Watford City, the second quarter was only 5 points, so they scored 21 in the first. Much better balance this time around, 13 in the first and 12 in the second. This start of the quarter brought to you by Northern States Fishing Tools, Watford City Mall. To start quarter number 3, Breitbach for 3, just off the front rim, rebound by Easton Anderson. So DLB gets the stop. We'll see what they can do on offense as they bring it up the floor wearing their road red uniforms. Blue trim, white numerals and letters with Lakers written across the front. Goes Anderson, nice move, and he scores again. He wanted some payback after missing his last shot of the first half. He makes his first shot of the second half.
That was a crafty move there, working at that high post area.
And we've got a whistle travel called against the Wolves. That'll even up the turnover story at 10 apiece and gives the ball back to DeLax Burlington. DLB looking for their first win of the year after they lost to Velva to open up the season. Watford City got a win at home here over Sydney, Montana to start their season. Floater off the mark for Tyler Schaefer. Rebound claimed by the Wolves. Kyle Best comes into the front court from the right wing. Skip pass over to McGorman. Drives, jump stop, flips it up there and gets the roll.
Xavier McGorman for 2 and that jump hook.
4 points for Zave. Back to a 1-point game. Tyler Schaefer has it knocked away, stolen. 11th Laker turnover. Best drives, DeVries, spin move, lost it, gets it back, sticks with it, left hand layup, good.
Tristan DeVries, the spin move and goes left for 2.
Tristan DeVries with 8. 1 point lead for the Wolves. Back and forth we go. A 4-2 run to start this third quarter for Watford City. And now another steal. Back-to-back turnovers by the Lakers. DeVries looking to finish again. Block, gets it back, puts it up and puts it in for 2.
DeVries off the glass for 2.
And there we go. We got the Wolves going on a little run here.
Good spurt. This is their longest run of the game. 6-2 run. They're up by 3.
That's crazy. It's the largest run of the game, 6-2.
And they're right in it. And ahead. Not just in it. Here is a shot. It's probably a longer run than that, I guess, going back to the second quarter as a foul is called against McGorman. That'll be his second.
His second.
First team foul of the third quarter, and that will put Berkeley at the free throw line. And he gets the friendly Rough Riders center rim roll there. Get his Lakers within 2, 31-29. Second free throw. They weren't quite so friendly that time, and DeVries claims the board. Tristan drives. DLB fans wanting a push-off call, but no whistle, and Best gets called for a walk. 11th turnover. Harper Moberg will check in for the Wolves. Watford City with a 2-point lead on your NCC scoreboard. We just saw one timeout taken in the first half. Both teams preserving them for the late stages of what looks to be a very close game. Nice spin move and finish by Kyler Fisher.
Look at this, RTC Network's action replay here with the spin and back to the right to get it a nice kiss off the glass there.
Just missed it, but an attempt by DeVries off the mark. Rebound taken by DLB. Easton Anderson, bounce pass, and the find to Jaden Davis, who scores. Lakers back in front, 33-31.
Now here they go.
5-0 run by the Lakers. They're up 2. Still only one multi-possession lead in the entire game as McGorman and Anderson collide. And that was a pretty good collision there as they helped to his feet by a couple of teammates. Hard play there. What did you see on that one, Brock?
I honestly think that, so this ref on the near side, he was going to call a charge. And if I'm being honest, I think it might have been, but I think he was in the paint or like in the restricted arc.
He was too busy watching to send it to a replay, so unfortunately we didn't get a chance there as McGorman misses the first free throw, but it does result in Zabe getting a couple of free throw opportunities as Kyler Fisher picks up his third personal first team foul. So it's our first player with more than 2 fouls today. For Watford City, they have 3 players with 2 fouls as McGorman makes free throw number 2. Kyle Best into the Watford City lineup. He'll give McGorman a break after that hard collision. Watford City back to within 1. And Zave is going to get checked out by the great athletic trainer here, Zach Beebe. As DLB goes to work on offense, that pass goes into the backcourt, and that will be a turnover. 13th against Delax Burlington. Wolves winning the turnover battle by 2 now, 13-11. DeVries gets it to Carter Breitbach. Left wing to Harper Moberg. Nice pass. Oh, through the hands of Best. Great save by DeVries. Back to Best. Kyle into the paint. Out to DeVries. Catch and shoot. 3. Swish!
DeVries buries the 3 ball.
Well, let's take a look at that RTC Networks instant replay. Nice pass from Best, and DeVries drains the corner Stone Bank 3-pointer to give the Wolves the lead back, 35-33. Anderson tries to answer with a 3 of his own. No. Rebound by Tristan DeVries. He's ready to run. Gets it to Breitbach. And now he'll slow things down, and the Wolves will try to score with a half-court offense. Best into the corner to Moberg. Cross-court pass to Breitbach. He'll try one from nearly the same spot. No, but he was fouled. Well, let's take a look at that RTC Networks instant replay.
What a great pass there by Harper Moberg. Cross-court to find the open shooter in Carter.
Houston Smith picks up his second team foul. And Breitbach will shoot 3 free throws.
How do we feel, Titus, about the Watford City Wolves having colorful shoes this year? Have you noticed that?
I mentioned that in the first game. You know, his sister, Grayson Breitbach, always had a very impressive shoe game. And I suppose he either maybe is competing with his sister or getting pointers from his sister. Not sure exactly what the conversations are there, but yeah, Carter Breitbach with some bright pink shoes. You got Tristan DeVries. What kind of shade of green would you describe that as?
I don't know. It's not Eagles green, though, which I'm kind of thankful for. So it's not the tush-push green.
Yep. Here it is, the largest lead of the game for Watford City, 37-33. Now both teams have had a 4-point lead. As Breitbach gets called for that foul. You know, I haven't really had a discussion with officials about shoe color, but I'm curious now because you do notice when shoes are the same color as the floor or same color as the line, it can make calls more difficult as that shot is missed. You wonder if having some really bright colored shoes actually makes calls easier with the more contrast. You can kind of tell where feet are when it comes to a 3-point line, a free throw line, and an out-of-bounds line.
You would think it would help the refs out, yeah.
That's some friends who are refs, and I think I'm going to bring that up next time I talk to them. Speaking of refs that are our friends, we like to be friends with all of them, but one of them, Chaz Neff, is going to be a broadcast partner of ours here throughout this season as the Wolves get it on the 3rd opportunity. Thaden Arnold puts it in there. He's got 11. So Brock will give you a few nights off as the season goes along, and let Chaz go into the color commentating spot. We're also going to have Ross Sundin. Once again, did a great job throughout football season for us and with us. And we've got a timeout on the floor. This will be the first one of the game taken by Delax Burlington, and we will take it as well. We reached the 2:31 mark of the 3rd quarter, 6-point lead for the Wolves. We're back right after this timeout.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA.
Titus Stenberg alongside Brock Haugeberg for this Division A basketball doubleheader. Let's do a live read right now. Great idea, producer Jackson. Let's take a look at WCAG, one church, multiple locations. Sunday service times there on your screen. Also have locations in Fairview, Montana, along with Belfield and Kenmare. Check us out at wcag.church. It will be Delax Burlington basketball out of the timeout. Both teams have committed 2 fouls in this third quarter. Both teams have 4 timeouts left. Fisher over on the right side to Daxton Shearer. And a reach-in foul going to be called against Kyle Best. That's just one of those plays where the play kind of breaks down. You're hustling, you commit a foul.
Those are hustle fouls, though. I like those fouls.
Yep.
I would get a lot of those fouls, too, back in my day.
Yeah. And another foul is going to be called against Kyle. So similar to the Sydney, it's happening later than the Sydney game, but once again, Kyle dealing with some foul trouble. And that will be his 4th, so he will come out replaced by McGorman. So I believe, I didn't look at a box score, but I believe both Tristan DeVries and Carter Breitbach played all 32 minutes in game number 1. Coach Hager mentioned in our coach's comments there that he would like to get them a break. And during the flow of the game, I'm not sure that I've caught either one of those coming out, but don't quote me on that. Go back and check the tape here and critique me, as we'll have these games archived for you right here on Game Day Media. Nice move by Jaden Davis as he gets in the paint and scores to get his team back within 4. Now 39-35. Breitbach, dribble handoff to Harper Moberg. He drives, shot, rims off, rebound Arnold, tied up by Anderson. Possession arrow will favor Delax Burlington. Lakers have led by as many as 4 at 22-18. Watford City has led by as many as 6. They held that lead just a few moments ago before the basket by DLB made it a 4-point margin. Easton Anderson has scored 17 points, but hasn't scored since the very first play of this third quarter. Have you noticed the Wolves doing anything certain defensively against him?
Differently, no. I'm not.
Either hadn't really thought about it until I looked at the book here, as there's a little bit of confusion on that call, a little bit of disagreement.
I think if anything, it might just be the Wolves are applying maybe a little bit more ball pressure to make it harder to get the ball to Easton Anderson.
Okay. Here goes Zane Berkeley lobbing it into him. He makes the catch, passes out of the double team. That's a good decision. 3-pointer by Cale Rodacher. That 3-pointer brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. It's a 5-0 run by the Lakers. And a 1-point game once again, 39-38 Watford City. Moberg fakes. Kicks it to Carter Breitbach. Wolves could have a 2-for-1 if they hurry, but good defense, and it will turn into a steal for Rodacher. Pushes it ahead to Berkeley, who missed that one. And the Wolves able to dodge a bullet there. They come down the other end. DeVries missed it, but he'll shoot 2 free throws. A wild sequence there, and it ends with a Watford City trip to the free throw line.
That foul on Jaden Davis.
Davis picks up his second personal, 3rd team foul. DeVries to the free throw line. He's had a nice third quarter, and he's perfect on that free throw attempt. 14 points in the game. 8 of them have come here in quarter number 3. Second free throw, no. Rebound by Carter Breitbach. Second chance for the Wolves. Moberg passes it to Spacier. Knocked away and stolen. 12th Watford City turnover. The Lakers can tie it up with a 2 or try and start the fourth quarter with a lead if they can hit a 3 in the waning seconds. Jaden Davis from the right corner, guarded by McGorman. And they both go diving for the ball down to 2 seconds at the buzzer. It's good if it goes. It's short from Kyler Fisher. And that's the end of another evenly played quarter. It's Watford City 40, Delax Burlington 38. Stick around. We've got a great fourth quarter coming up for you right here on Game Day Media.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
Welcome back to the Rough Riders Center. You're watching Game Day Media's live coverage of high school basketball. Once again, it's a quadruple header day today on our YouTube channel. Glenburn versus Powers Lake Burke Central in Division B girls basketball, and also Tioga versus Ray. Right here, it's Delax Burlington versus Watford City. Brock, what are you looking forward to here in this fourth quarter?
This fourth quarter, I mean, the entire game, like we've been talking about, it's been just back and forth the entire way. I think what you said, the biggest run we've had so far is like 8 to 5. It was 8 to 5 in the first half.
The Wolves did have, so they actually started that third quarter on a 14-7 run to turn a 1-point deficit into a 6-point lead. So yeah, that 7-point run, probably the largest of the game, as Moberg spins, shoots, misses, rebound, Arnold, and he's fouled. Free throws coming for the big man, Thaden Arnold. We'll stop the clock with 7:47 as Schaefer called for that foul, his third personal. First of the fourth quarter. Arnold with 11, DeVries right now with 14 to lead the Wolves. Easton Anderson still leads everybody in scoring with 17. Perfect free throw there from Thaden. He's got 12 now as the Wolves push their lead up to 3. Second free throw for Thaden. Perfect. Wolves providing some pressure. And DLB breaks it without too much trouble. Tyler Schaefer back outside to Zane Berkeley. Picks up his dribble. And gets it to Easton Anderson. Back over to Berkeley. Zane has scored 3 points so far tonight. Shot clock down to 10 as the shot goes up from number 10, Kyler Fisher. No good. Rebound of the Wolves. Watford City with a chance to extend their 4-point lead. DeVries knocked away and stolen. 13th Watford City turnover. Ooh, big collision there as Kyler Fisher gets fouled by Thaden Arnold. Thankfully, everybody able to bounce back up after that hard collision. Ooh, looks like he hit his head pretty hard.
Might have taken the brunt of it, was falling into the hoop.
Yeah, the basket support there. Thankfully, it looks like Fisher is okay, but Fisher got a taste of what many football players in the western part of the state got there, as Thaden Arnold is a football player, that's for sure. Kyler Fisher drains free throw number 1 to get his team back to within 3. It's now 42-39 Watford City on your NCC scoreboard. Second free throw good. Both teams have now traded free throws. 2 made free throws in this fourth quarter. It's a 2-point lead for Watford City. Arnold passes over on the left side to Harper Moberg, who drained a 3 back in the second quarter. Down low to DeVries. He scores, it counts, and the foul. DeVries with 16, so he's matched his total from the Sydney game. And now a chance to set a season high as Berkeley is called for that foul, and DeVries does make the free throw. He's got 17. Quickly down the other end, coast to coast goes Kyler Fisher, and he gets the layup to drop, 45-42.
That's one way to break a press right there.
That certainly is. So it had been a 5-point Wolves lead, goes right back down to 3 in a one-possession game once again. Moberg into Arnold, he flips it in there for 2. Assist Moberg, basket Arnold. Faden has 15. 5-point Watford City lead. Pass deflected by DeVries, taken by Fisher, and a foul. No, he stepped out of bounds. Oh, the timing of the whistle, thought it was a foul. Delax Burlington fans definitely think it was a foul, but it was ruled out of bounds. 14th DLB turnover, ball back to Watford City. Those calls along that sideline are impossible for us to see from our angle here with the scoring table covering up the last foot or so of the playing surface, so I'll trust the officials for sure on all of those calls. As Carter Breitbach brings it into the front court. 5-point lead for the Wolves. They've led by as many as 6. They've trailed by as many as 4. Faden with the little hook pass to Spacer, who scores on the reverse.
Off the glass for 2.
Assist Arnold, basket Spacer. Wolves up by a touchdown, 49-42. Drive by Fisher, kick to Schaefer over on the left side. Open 3 off the mark for Berkeley. Rebound to Watford City.
Got a little pressure here.
Yep, pressure in the backcourt from Schaefer, but Breitbach beats it. Gets it ahead to Moberg. And now Carter will let a little bit of time tick off the clock as the Wolves are enjoying their largest lead of the game at 49-42. What's the call here?
Illegal screen wasn't set. Brandon Spacer did not. I was always told as a guard that you got to wait for your big man to get his feet set because he's coming at you. You're not coming at him.
Okay, yep. So that is the 13th Watford City turnover. Back to DLB. Both teams with 4 timeouts left. Everybody has conserved their timeouts in this one. Here's a right wing 3, short from Fisher, rebound to Arnold. Wolves have dodged a bullet, given up a couple of open 3 looks there, but they've been able to clean up the defensive glass. 1 shot and done.
I will say from our angle right there, I thought that one was money.
Yeah. Breitbach hands it off to DeVries. Jump pass into the right corner to Moberg. Shot clock down to 14. Tried to thread the needle into Arnold, knocked away on the entry pass, stolen by Easton Anderson. 14th Watford City turnover. Turnover is now even at 14 both ways. Davis right side to Fisher. Kyler with a little bit of space. He flips it up there short. Rebound by Arnold. Long pass ahead, tipped away by Davis, stolen, saved, had a collision near half court, and that foul will be called against Carter Breitbach.
That foul on number 1.
4:30 left to play in regulation. That is the 3rd foul against Watford City. 2nd personal against Breitbach. Kyler Fisher will inbound. And we're going to have a timeout. It's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. You visit Shiloh in her office in the First International Bank and Trust building right on Main Street here in Watford City. And let's take this moment to thank of our live read sponsors, the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum, located on the west side of Watford City, where the pioneering spirit runs strong. They're open year-round, Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rebecca and Heather and their team do a great job and have stuff going on year-round out there at the museum. We also want to thank the Wolf Pack Booster Club. Check them out on Facebook. The strength is in the pack. They do a great job supporting Watford City athletics and activities, and their Facebook page is a must follow if you are at all interested in any Watford City High School activities. They do a great job of updating their page and highlighting some of the things that are going on and some things that have occurred. They are a must-follow for any Watford City fan. 7-point lead for Watford City coming out of that timeout. That was taken by the Wolves, so Watford City has 3 timeouts left. Delax Burlington has 4 timeouts remaining. Kyler Fisher passes on the right side to Zane Berkeley. Ball knocked away. Breitbach was trying to say that it belongs to Watford City, but it will stay on this side of the floor. Wolves up by 7 as the pass comes into Easton Anderson, leading scorer for Delax Burlington. On the left side to Shearer, who hits the floater from the left side. 5-point game. Best at the high post to Brandon Spacier. Dribble handoff to Harper Moberg. Couple of juniors there, Spacier and Moberg. And another one there, and Kyle Best, who drives, has his shot partially blocked by Kyler Fisher. Rebound taken by DLB. A 3-on-2 fast break if they hurry. Wolves get back, and they create a turnover in the half court, but Moberg unable to maintain possession, and it will belong to Delax Burlington.
You know, I'm just realizing this, that ever since that dive, Xavier McGorman is not checked back into the game.
That is a good point.
I had just noticed that. I wasn't paying attention to that, but
it's a good catch, and he is not on the bench either. Certainly hope the best for Zave. And yeah, that's a concern. The Wolves already not a very deep team.
Lakers possession.
It will stay with the Lakers here. There he is coming out of the Watford City locker room area now, and he is back on the bench. He was shaking his head in a positive manner. So maybe we will see him here shortly as the shot clock is down to 10. And off to Kyler Fisher. He drives, he misses. A foul will be called against Watford City. Let's take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Stops the clock with 3:18 as DeVries picks up his 3rd personal. Fisher to the free throw line, short, and here comes McGorman. So he'll replace Kyle Best. Fairly low scoring start to this quarter, but we've still got a long ways to go as Fisher does make the 2nd free throw. He hits 1 out of 2 to get his Lakers within 4. 49-45, Watford City with the lead and the ball. McGorman from the top of the key. Attacks. Instant offense off the bench from McGorman. He's got 7. You check him back into the game, and he does that immediately. 6-point Watford City lead. Anderson lost the dribble, turnover.
You can tell he wanted to go to work right there. You can tell he wanted it.
Substitutions there. It will be Tyler Schaefer back in the lineup for Coach Brown and Delax Burlington. I mentioned Watford City not very deep at the moment. Neither is Delax Burlington. They've only played, I believe, 8 players here today as DeVries and Arnold are on a little bit different page right there. 16th turnover against Watford City. Still anybody's ball game. This one going right down to the wire. Watford City enjoying a 6-point lead. We'll see if they can hang on and put another one into the win column to start this season. Here's the drive, and a shot is missed, but a foul, and that will be Thaden's 3rd.
That foul, number 32, Thaden Norman, his 3rd.
There we go, as we take a look at our RTC Network's instant replay there.
The free throw is off the mark for Tyler Schaefer. They didn't miss a free throw in the first half. They're 8 for 9 after the 3rd quarter. They've now missed 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, they are 4 for 6 as a team from the free throw line in the fourth. 5-point lead for Watford City.
Uh-oh.
And another timeout taken by the Wolves.
30-second timeout, Watford City.
Sounds like it will be a short one. So we will keep it right here. And let's talk a little strategy here with 2:10 to go in the fourth quarter. 5-point lead for the Wolves. What do you see from Watford City, or what do you think that Coach Hager is talking about in his huddle?
You know, I don't know. I feel like whenever you play with the lead, I would not want them to change anything that they're doing. Because if you think, oh, we got a lead, let's play it safe, that's normally when bad things start happening and other teams go on runs. So I would be just play loose, don't worry about it, do what we've been doing, play good defense.
So one thing out of the timeout here, Tristan DeVries wasn't in the huddle. He went to the locker room area, not the actual locker room, but went into the tunnel there. And Zach Beebe was checking him out. Whatever it was a quick issue, and they were able to keep him on there. They didn't even have to sub him out, but he was not part of that huddle. So whatever Coach Hager said, Tristan DeVries wasn't able to hear it from that distance, but he's back out onto the floor out of the timeout.
I mean, these days you never know. Maybe he could hear it.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, the Wolves going to work on offense as Thaden puts it up there, and it's good off the glass. He puts it up there softly and gets the bounce for a 7-point Watford City lead. Kyler Fisher drives, kicks to Zane Berkeley. Over on the right side to Jaden Davis. Spin move, shot up, no. Rebound McGorman. And now Watford City in a really good position with 90 seconds remaining. They're up 7 but a steal. So they do not have possession anymore. Pass to Anderson. Nice look, and he scores. And that will prompt a quick timeout from head coach Chris Brown. This is a full timeout, so we will step aside. We'll be back to the Rough Riders Center after this quick timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Welcome back here to Watford City. Easton Anderson now with 20 points in the game, but 15 of those came in the first half. He's made 2 field goals and 1 free throw so far in half number 2. Game reset right here. 5 fouls against the Wolves, 2 against DLB in this fourth quarter. So Lax Burlington with some fouls to give. They also have 1 more timeout than Watford City. 3 more timeouts for Coach Brown, and the Lakers, the Wolves have 2 timeouts to go.
We'll see if the Lakers come out and do a hard trap right away or anything right now. There it is.
Yep, McGorman able to pass out of it immediately to DeVries. Touch foul out near half court. That's one of the fouls that they have to give. Well, they can afford to be really aggressive, and not only can they afford to, they really have to be when you're down 5 this late in a game. Berkeley picks up his second. The only thing is you got to be careful about which individuals commit those fouls. They do have 2 starters, Kyler Fisher and Tyler Schaefer, with 3 fouls each. DeVries ahead to McGorman. Oh, and Zave is going to get a foul there. DLB wanting a intentional foul called, but looks like it'll just be a common foul that goes against McGorman, his 3rd, and that is a big one as it puts the Wolves over the foul limit.
That is what you want if you're a Laker, though. That play right there is it's clock stops. You get to shoot 2 free throws.
So we'll walk to the other end, and it will be Tyler Schaefer making free throw number 1 to make it a 4-point game. Watford City has held the lead for much of this fourth quarter. That one no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay. Oh, from up here, it looked like it was going to be DLB basketball. The 4 DLB fans right in front of us were all pointing the Laker way, but instead it will be Watford City basketball. Down to McGorman, over to Breitbach, Carter to Tristan. Wolves have to hurry. They get it across the 27 on the shot clock. McGorman to Moberg, and he scores. Wolves up 6. Watford City in a good spot right now. Long 3. Halfway down, and it bounces out for Kyler Fisher. Watford City getting the bounces here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock is turned off. Moberg is fouled with 27.8 seconds left. Berkeley commits that foul. Wolves in a good spot right now to pick up their second win to start the year. So DLB has one more foul to give, and they will take a quick timeout here with 27.8 seconds left. We're going to keep it right here with just being a short timeout. I want to make sure we don't miss any of the action down the stretch of this one. I want to invite you to stick around for your Johnson and Sundin Law Office post-game show, as we'll recap this one, take a look at the team and individual stats, and we'll also plan to give you some Watford City Farmers Union coaches' comments, along with hopefully a player interview with our First International Bank and Trust player of the game. So stick around for that immediately following the conclusion of this basketball game. Watford City girls got a win. Now the boys 27.8 seconds away from making it a clean sweep.
We'll see if the Lakers just try to go for a foul or a steal right away. We'll see what they do. They're going to try to get the trap.
Yeah, get it in the backcourt to McGorman. There comes the foul with 24.5, so it didn't take a whole lot of time off the clock. Watford City with Arnold, DeVries, Moberg, McGorman, and Breitbach on the floor. Lax Burlington with Davis, Anderson, Fisher, Schaefer, and Berkeley. Free throw for McGorman, too strong. Reigns a 2-possession game at the moment, as Cale Rodacher checks in, as does Daxton Shearer in between those two free throw attempts. Second one coming for McGorman. Too strong. Wolves take the rebound, not grabbed by the Wolves, as Kyler Fisher grabs it. And then the Lakers turn it over in the front court. Their 18th turnover of the game. Davis and Schaefer and Easton Smith all check in for Coach Brown and DLB. Wolves now with 17.9 seconds left, as DeVries get it into Breitbach, McGorman, Moberg, or Arnold. Fakes to Moberg, gets it in to Arnold. Tried to underhand it to McGorman, tipped away, outstanding effort. And it's going to stay with Watford City. Great hustle for both teams there, especially Lax Burlington's. Those Easton Smith. Inbounds to Breitbach. He'll be fouled with 13.1 seconds left. Jaden Davis committing the personal. 7 points for Carter Breitbach, including 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He has not made a three-pointer tonight. That's one of his specialties, but has not gotten one to go this evening. We'll see if he can make it a 3-possession lead. First free throw short. It's 3 misses in a row by the Wolves from the free throw line. Rodacher, Fisher, and Shearer all check back into the game for Delax Burlington. As Breitbach readies himself for free throw number 2. That one is good. To the 7-point lead, the hay is in the barn for Watford City as the corner 3 is off the mark. Rebound by Harper Moberg. The DLB will relax their defense, so the Wolves improve to 2-0. Another low-scoring matchup and another tight one. Wolves win this one by 7. Stick around. We'll have your post-game show right after this.
Watford City Wolves 56. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
When the job demands power and precision, turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Welcome back to our post-game show brought to you by Johnson & Sundin Law Office. I'm going to send it down to Titus Stenberg with the player of the game at our First International Bank Trust player of the game.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Brock. I'm here with the Victoria's head coach, Justin Hager. Coach, another close win. What was the key down the stretch that allowed you guys to preserve that lead and hang on for the W?
Well, I think defensively, we sort of hang our head on that a little bit. So I think we got some good stops. At the end, we got rebounds. I thought defensively we communicated a lot better than we did on Friday. Just as far as switching screens and identifying who their scores are, and just not letting people get in the paint. Three hurt us. Three's a good player, man. He's really good, stud. He hurt us a little bit. 10's a really good player. They got good guys. I just thought, we try to talk to them about winning every quarter's is 4 games, 4 2-minute games, and winning each mini game. And so I think if you take each quarter and break it into 2 minutes and try to win that, that's sort of what we have to focus on with this team. And we have lapses still, but we try to just hang on and just get stops.
Offensively, it seemed like a much more consistent effort than the game against Sydney, where you didn't have an outburst of a quarter, but you didn't have any really low-scoring quarters. How did you feel that the offense played tonight?
Good. I thought we were more consistent quarter to quarter. Still way too many turnovers. Situational into game stuff we got to get better at. We got to get tougher at. Physicality-wise, you got to be able to take care of the ball in close game situations, and that's still part of us growing as a team and growing as a program, and trying to continue to get better, and we'll work on those things. But yeah, definitely being consistent is one thing. I thought we moved the ball better. I thought we did make it out. We got open shots, didn't make anything. So that's just where it's at. We got to keep shooting. You're open, shoot the ball, and that's sort of what's out. You open, shoot the ball. I don't want these guys feeling reserved to shoot. If you're open, shoot the ball, and create for your teammates.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for joining us here, Coach. Enjoy the win.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to check in with our First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game, Thaden Arnold. Thaden, you're 2-0. How does that feel to start the year?
That's great. Last year we only had 3 wins total, so start out 2-0. I feel like things have been changing in the school as a total. Football, we won some games, more games than we ever have for, 8 years, and now we're coming out hot, hopefully to continue keeping it rolling.
That's right. Yeah, talk about a little bit about the football season. You obviously are going to play football at the next level. What was playing football like here this year for Coach Dwire?
It was just a grind. Just come in and expect to work and try to be consistent as we can, try to run the ball. That's what we do here. We get physical.
And you guys have taken the momentum from that football season into a good start to your basketball season. Congratulations on the 2-0 start. In your mind, what made the difference here today and allowed you to pull out the victory against a good DLB team?
We're conditioned. We work hard in practice. We hustle. We rebound. We just do the little things. We do the dirty things, and we just get after it.
All right. Awesome work. All right. We'll go let you celebrate with your teammates. Great job today, Thaden and team. Congratulations on going 2-0. All right, back upstairs to you guys.
All righty. Okay, so that is Thaden Arnold, our First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game. I love how he just said, we do the dirty things. That is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to talk about the unofficial stats here. We got the Watford City Wolves. We'll start with them. The Wolves shot 21 for 42 on the game. They were 11 for 20 from the free throw line. They had 9 team turnovers. And we'll go to the leading scorers for the team. We got Tristan DeVries with 17. Thaden Arnold also with 17. Carter Breitbach with 8. Xavier McGorman with 7. Harper Moberg with 5. And Brandon Spasher with 2. Now I'll head on over to the Lakers here, who they shot 17 for 43, and for the free throws, they were 13 for 17. They had 10 turnovers on the game, so just one more than the Wolves. Oh, sorry about that. 18 turnovers on the game. That is my bad. With a total score of 49, and we'll go over their players with the most points here. We have Easton Anderson had 20. Kyler Fisher had 11. We had a tie here. Daxon Schur with 4, and Tyler Schaefer with 4, and Jaden Davis with 4. And then we got Zane Berkeley with 3, Kale Rodacher with 3, and that will be the scoring to equal 49 points. So the Watford City Wolves come out of here with a win today, so they are now 2-0 on the year, and they came out with a win of 56-49 against the Lakers.
Awesome work, Brock. You're hired.
I appreciate it. It's a pleasure. It's so much fun being here with you.
Good. That's good to hear. Well, 2 fun games for Watford City fans here today. As we just recapped the scoring by quarter of this one, it was so close, so competitive from the opening tap. It was DLB 14, Watford City 13 after one quarter of play. DLB 26-25 at halftime. The Wolves did go on a 14-7 run in the third quarter to take a 6-point lead, which had been their largest at that point. And then DLB closed the gap down to 2 at the end of 3. It was Watford City 40, DLB 38. And then in the fourth quarter, Watford City outscores Delax Burlington 16-11 for the 7-point victory. The 7-point lead matches the largest lead of the game for the Wolves. So 2 games, 2 close wins for Watford City. Brock, as you kind of zoom out, you've been here for both games that Watford City has won on the boys' side there. What do you think of the start to their season?
Like Thaden said, they've won more games almost this year than they did all last year.
Yeah, they're already 67% of the way.
Yeah, all they got to do is win one more to tie and another one, 4 of them to beat the record last year. So that's awesome. They got a good group of guys. I'm really excited for the Wolves this year. And also, the Lakers looked like a really tough team to beat too.
Yes.
So maybe further along in the year when the team's been playing together for 3 months, I think they're going to be a tough team to beat.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about them, what your impressions were of them. You mentioned that you were not on that road trip to Delax Burlington, so you probably didn't see their varsity in action last year. And as far as personnel-wise goes, that wouldn't have even mattered if you had, because 5 new starters in this lineup. But, yeah, I think DLB, I think they're still capable of making some noise there in Region 3 this season. So, once again, the final scores here today. In the girls' game, Watford City defeats Delax Burlington 57-38. The Wolves girls are now 4-0 on this season. The loss for the DLB Lakers girls makes them 1-3. On the other side, the boys get the win for the Wolves, 56-49, improving Watford City's record to 2-0 on the season, while DLB's record drops to 0-2. That will do it for our broadcast here tonight. We want to thank all of the sponsors who make the broadcast of these games possible. We also want to thank our outstanding production crew. Brogan Shannon did a great job running the camera for both games today. Jackson Lee back at it again in the producer's chair. He did a lot of, I think, pretty much all of our football games. Football season already feels so long ago, I've lost track of that. And then he did a great job here for both games here today. So I'll do it for our broadcast. We'll have some more action for you coming up from the Rough Rider Center both on Friday and Saturday. We hope you can join us then. Until then, for Brock Haugeberg, this is Titus Stenberg signing off from the Rough Rider Center. So long, everybody.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, T&T Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, NCC, Dakota Country 96.1 FM.